You podcast listeners are smart. We say that all the time around here. Much more intelligent than your average listeners. That's why I know if you haven't already scheduled your furnace tune-up with my friends at Standard Heating and Air, you're going to do so soon. Appointments are booking up fast, so get something scheduled with Standard today. You can save $30 on a tune-up if you act fast. Keep a little walking around money in your pocket. Enjoy the show, pals of the podcast, and schedule that tune-up today at standardheating.com.
The 93X Half-Assed Morning Show. 93.
What's up, Jagoffs? I'll tell you what's up. Today is our final here for this here work week. And I got the feeling we're not the only ones. Welcome to the Friday issue of the 93X Half-Assed Morning Show. Welcome to the Josh, how do I look?
Oh, you look as great as always. Did you shave?
No.
Oh.
Keep in mind, I still have to shower and shave, which I haven't gotten around to in a few days. But how do I look overall?
I think very, very nice.
I
Is
got
that a new hoodie, maybe?
No, it's older in the hills.
Have you
Older than your mother's ass.
have you lost weight, put on weight, got a haircut, grow your hair out? What's different?
Do I look different?
Yeah. I don't know. You're
Christ,
wondering,
I don't
am
know.
I supposed to notice something? Or maybe
No,
you've got something coming up that you want to make sure you look good for?
I didn't know I looked different. We can get back to that. But I'm just checking with you. You're my closest bro. I trust you. Got a big event this weekend. I got a big event to attend. So I got to get cleaned up a little bit. Tomorrow night I'll be attending my high school reunion. We've hit our 35th year since high school closed out for us back in the year of 1990.
Oh, I was wondering. We pulled in and there's a rented Lamborghini in the parking lot. I should have guessed it must be class reunion time for somebody.
Me and my Lambo.
That is so cool that you guys do that.
There's not many of us, Smashley.
They haven't been able to figure it out yet for my class. They tried to do a 5-year. Didn't work.
3 words for why you can't get things together with your high school class for any kind of a reunion. North, Saint, and Paul are the 3 words there.
It is funny that you mentioned that because just this morning I was on Facebook and I saw that somebody posted in like the graduating class Facebook group and said, "Is anybody going to try to do this 10-year thing?" And everyone's like, "Well, you have to find people to plan it." That's where we're messing up.
That's where you're sitting right now, 10 years out?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
You're only 10 years out?
Only.
Wow.
Gosh, that feels like a lot.
For us, I just had my 30th. I was concerned about that, the stereotype where people, that they might fake it to appear as if they're a little more successful renting a cool car, things like that. I don't know if anybody's actually ever done that, but I've heard stories.
I've never seen anything like that, and I've gone to all the reunions. Word up. Class of 90, word up.
The day before our reunion, I had swapped my truck out for a new lease, and I didn't bring it on purpose just because I didn't want anybody to think that it was on purpose.
Sure.
Yeah. Not everybody think that, oh, look at this guy, brand new vehicle.
So
I drove my wife's truck out there, or vehicle out there.
Sure. I've never seen any of that. I've never seen any of that kind of, what do they call it, like peacocking?
Yeah, peacocking.
I've never. But, so that's where I'll be headed tomorrow night. Some of my friends are so opposed to such things. They get all edgy about it.
Why opposed? I could see not interested, but why opposed?
And they all say the same thing. Why do I want to go out of my way to hang out with a bunch of people that I never liked in the first place, they say. And I always think, well, damn, you could have fooled me. You sure seemed like you enjoyed those people and enjoyed your life back when we were kids. Now I find out you actually didn't.
It's different now for me because the first couple, I certainly was going to try and hook up with girls I had hoped to hook up with in high school.
Hell yeah.
And then once you get, when I was married, that's off the table. So I grew less and less. Well, in my relationship, my wife won't let me. It's frustrating. It's one of the biggest arguments we have. So yeah, it's different. I still enjoy it.
I always do.
It's different for me.
I don't know. I always enjoy seeing people from the old-timey days. I look forward to events like this. Some of my friends get all edgy and are so opposed to it. I don't understand, but, that's their own thing. So should I squeeze in a few push-ups before I go, or am I good?
Oh, anytime I go somewhere, I always do a couple of push-ups.
Well, don't you have that walk tomorrow as well? You'll be looking nice and slim and slender at the reunion if you do that 90-degree lake walk.
I hope it knocks a couple of pounds off. Sure, I've got to do a charity.
Oh, yeah, you'll be sweating. You'll sweat some water weight.
Really?
So where's it at? Like a bar?
That's none of your damn business. Yeah, it's at a bar.
What kind of turnout
that's
do
nice
you
then.
get?
Not good.
Well, just give me a ballpark. I'm curious because your class size was what? It was up
Massive. Massive.
We had
600 kids.
there. Yeah, and we had like 150.
Well, yeah, you went to one of those goofy cult-like private Catholic schools.
Yeah, not necessarily cult-like, but cult exactly. And we have like, sometimes like 40 people or something. It's a good representation. So, I mean, do you think you're more than that?
I would be surprised if there were more than 40 people. Cubby, I've been to a few of these where there's 10 of us, 12.
Yeah. That's what I hear that a lot. And sometimes it's weird. Like my wife, her graduating class was the entire city of Minneapolis. It was ridiculous. She went to South. And she said, like, some of them are very, very lightly attended.
Yeah, lightly attended is a good way to describe. I mean, the first couple were kind of wild because we were still so young. Mm-hmm. But the last few years, it's been, 20, 25. I'd be surprised.
The 5-year reunion,
I'd be impressed. If we got 40 or 50 people, that would be great.
The 5-year reunion felt like you were just coming back from summer vacation from school.
Right.
I mean, it felt exactly the same. Everybody pretty much looked the same. Now, the 10-year reunion was different. A lot of people changed.
I wasn't interested in whatever. I think they ended up getting like 10 people together for a 5-year reunion. And when that came around, I was like, I have no interest in seeing you guys yet.
So you sound like my friends now.
Yeah, but now that
you're saying it was too soon.
Yeah, but now that
a lot of people
it's been a while.
a lot of people say the 5-year is unnecessary because Christ, we just saw each other. I understand.
I've heard that before.
It would be pretty cool to see all those people again.
I don't care if there's 6 or 600. I dig just finding out, oh, you're that guy and whatnot, and you're that gal. I haven't seen you. I dig it.
I want to know where my enemies are at in life.
Your friend? You mean to compare the success levels?
Yeah.
1990, when Milli Vanilli, the Fine Young Cannibals, the B-52s, and Wilson Phillips ruled the airwaves, Cubby.
Wilson Phillips could still rule the airwaves if people played him. Now, that is a dynamic duo right there.
Well, they're a trio, actually.
Well, I know, but for the joke, it's Wilson and Phillips. There's 2 of them.
Oh.
So you, as far as going to this reunion goes, you don't plan on renting a hot car?
No, I'm not going to play that game.
Your wife went to your high school, different class. Is she going to join you for this thing?
No, you don't bring significant others to reunions.
You see, what?
No, you don't.
If you love each other, you don't. I totally agree. Like, my wife's never made me go to hers. Maybe she doesn't even want me there.
I have.
That's a good point because my husband would be so bored. He'd be like, who's this? Who's this? Who's this?
There are exceptions. And I feel like my wife and I are an exception to the rule because we went to high school together. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, definitely.
I went to her last reunion. She graduated 2 years after me.
By her request, or you just decided to go?
Oh, I don't remember who made the call. But so we know all the same people. We have all the same friends. So I feel like that's an exception to the rule because I went to her reunion. I know everyone from her class the same way she knows everyone from my class. So she'd be more than welcome to join me tonight. I don't think she has any interest. But I didn't know that rule at first, the significant other rule. I brought a girlfriend to our 20th reunion. And everyone walked up and said, "What the hell are you doing?" And I said, "What are you talking about?" And they said, "You don't bring a girlfriend to the..." And I said, "Oh, you know what? You're right. I effed up." So
I went to a couple of girlfriends' reunions, and it wasn't any fun. I mean, I knew absolutely nobody.
Yeah, you don't know any of the stories or inside jokes.
Yeah, so that would suck. I can't imagine going to a reunion or asking someone to come to a reunion when you don't know anybody.
I think my husband would be eyeballing people. He'd be like, that Joey guy you just hugged, I'm pretty sure you told me a story about this one time you and him hooked up behind the school. Oh, you're friendly with him still, huh?
Have you told your husband all the stories about Joey?
Oh, yeah.
You have?
He's heard all my high school stories.
Well, a lot of them you told on the radio.
Yeah, exactly.
like the
That doesn't
Very
help.
open. You're very open.
So there you
There's
go.
people texting saying they busted folks renting vehicles,
Oh, that's funny.
lying about careers. That'd be tougher to do now with social media, and that's what some folks are texting in saying, hey, social media kind of killed it. And I've heard that before, too, where you're still keeping up with a lot of people. and
Okay.
You're
right.
not on social media. I'm not. So I was going to ask about your friends that are opposed to it. Are they on social media so they're very aware?
They're on social media.
My wife still likes to go, and she keeps up with everybody on social media.
But you're right. I've heard that angle before. Well, now that there's social media, you can contact anyone at any time, and you.
And you see what's going on in their lives, where back in the day, I mean, you'd have no idea.
I don't play the social media game, so sure. Right. Yeah, I mean, my wife's class, I mentioned I went to her 30th reunion or something a summer or two ago. They had a great crowd. I was very jealous of their crowd. My class, you never really know. We'll find out tomorrow night. But I mean, my God, I mean, who's in the parking lot paying attention to what people are driving? Number one.
Sounds like Ashley might be there.
You mentioned this people renting a hot car so they appear to be more successful. Who the hell's hanging out in the parking lot and bothering to notice that in the first place? That's a long way to go, in my
Well,
opinion.
maybe somebody's like, oh, did anybody see the key fob to my Porsche? I set it over here somewhere.
How silly. How
I think it
friggin'.
would be really cool if they did class reunions back at the school. I would love to
Oh, that's a good idea.
walk through my high school again. So
Yeah.
many memories. That's so fun.
I want a middle school reunion. That's what I really want.
Yes.
Those were the 3 best years of my life.
You liked middle school better than high school?
I loved high school, but middle school even more so because that's where all my loves started. Just like music and different genres of movies, things like that I really got into, and more freedom. I mean, we were on our bikes, gone everywhere. My folks let us just kind of basically, if it was daylight, we could go wherever we wanted.
I suppose it makes sense that maybe you'd be more favorable to junior high than high school because in high school you really didn't party. You weren't going to keg fight, showdown, karate.
I mean, I went to
killer.
them, but I wasn't like a partier. High school was awesome. We had a lot of fun, but middle school is just kind of, the commune I grew up in, there was no privacy. My parents were very, very strict, but I got a little more freedom 6th through 8th grade, and that's where I made some of my all-time best friends, so.
How many of us have them, Josh?
Friends.
Ones we can depend on. Friends. So there you go.
That was the time of my life where I was with my friends constantly.
Yeah.
Like, all the time. I don't even remember being home much, especially in the summer.
You know, off air before we cracked the mics, Josh, you seemed a little upset. You seem fine now, but you seemed a little upset a few minutes before we went live. You said you spotted someone walking around the building and they had a boner?
Well, it was a dog, and I don't like...
Oh, a dog.
I don't like dog boners at all.
What do you have against dog boners?
Well, you know what it is I used to...
Well, wait a minute. There's a dog in the building? I can't believe I almost blew right past it.
Well, there's always a dog in the
Yeah,
building.
the dog's here every day, it seems like.
Yeah, it's almost every day.
Steve's dog
Who
from
is?
KQRS.
There's a dog in the building every day.
Pretty much, yeah.
I've never seen this dog.
Oh, you've seen him. He sneezes a lot.
And it had and you saw it in the hallway and it had a boner?
Yeah.
Why were you looking, brah?
I wasn't looking, brah. Have you ever seen a dog boner?
I don't think so.
It's like
What do you mean you don't think so?
What? I have seen so many.
I don't know. I honestly don't think I've ever seen a dog boner.
I guess you just don't get them excited, Dana.
Yeah.
guess not.
You know what? That's what happens when you're ugly. When you're an
Actually-
attractive guy, a dog's going to get a boner around you.
Ashley's ducking out of the way of them day in, day. What do you think?
Seriously.
You're 40 years old. You've never seen a dog boner.
You got a male dog, don't you?
Yeah. I've never seen him get erect.
Oh, man.
Wow.
Well, it stands out. It stands out.
Yeah.
I've always had little
definitely.
dogs. I've had 2 dogs in my life. They're both very small.
Never seen a red rocket, the pink crayon.
No.
Well, I walked out the door, and right in front of me, the dog's sitting there, and it has a massive erection. I mean, it's impressive.
It is a big dog.
It's a big dog, and I didn't like that at all. As a matter of fact, oh, my God.
I understand.
Can I sue the company?
Probably.
That's
my
sexual
meal ticket.
harassment.
You can at least try.
I'm going to give it a shot.
I'm sorry about the dog boner, Josh.
Yeah, you know what? It's. Have you ever accidentally brushed up against one?
No.
Oh, man.
No, I have not.
terrible.
Thankfully.
It's an argument to have nothing but girl dogs. It's just so it's so gross.
Dog boner in the building.
One of my dogs isn't neutered, and so I think this is the only dog I've had that hasn't been neutered, and the only time I've ever seen something this drastic. So when he gets excited, I mean, it's. I'll put it this way: my husband gets jealous and pissed off.
Stop it.
Oh my God.
It's crazy.
We had our most recent dog, we had him neutered, and I thought that was going to change, but it has not changed.
Still humping?
No, he doesn't do any humping.
Oh, okay.
It's just the
gets
arousal.
the boner.
Dogs.
That's not right.
So gross.
They don't mean to.
I know they don't.
This
I can't believe you've never seen a dog boner.
That's difficult to believe.
Never once.
No, I don't think. I mean,
Very
maybe I just
difficult.
didn't
You would
notice.
remember.
I'd remember.
It's very difficult to.
Imagine taking a tube of lipstick
Sure.
Yeah.
and then twisting it so the lipstick pops out.
Yeah, I've seen it in South Park, but I can't think of a time I've seen it in real life.
I've seen enough for both of us.
You haven't lived, man.
We're going to have to just get past this.
Oh, no, Bug-Eye Wagon Jesus. I like to play this game called Puppy Mechanic. I've got Great Danes. They're very tall. I'll just get on my creeper. I get underneath them, and then I'll just fix them up, whatever they need, and then I sing a little Puppy Mechanic song.
I've heard about it.
And he said, I hope there's never been any dog boners. No, thank God. That would either the dog or I would move out if that ever happened.
Yeah, you can't look at each other anymore.
Oh, Kenny, the disrespect.
Captain Pinky is another nickname that a listener has given your typical all-American dog erection. It's a terrible, terrible thing. And for Christ's sake, Josh was eye to one right here in the hallway at work.
Nose to nose.
That shouldn't happen.
Yeah, I mean, it was right on stage, right when I walked out.
Shouldn't happen.
We got to put up a sign, caution, may run into dog boners or something.
Mouse and Cheese's Jesus has texted into the program back to our conversation about high school reunions. I'll be attending mine tomorrow night. We're 35 years out at this point. Mouse and Cheese's Jesus has texted in to say, Nick, while you're there, make sure you get an apology from anyone who wronged you back in school.
Dude, we both had experiences like that.
At my wife's last class reunion that I attended with her, there was one guy who, and I don't remember if he put on the name tag or not, because they passed out the name tags, which is helpful, of course. There was one guy who walked around all night, and he just would get a little too close. Number one, he was kind of a close talker, and this is what he ran by everybody. You don't remember me, do you?
That's so weird because I had the same. That was my 5-year reunion, and we looked at this kid and we're like, dude, we just graduated, of course, and you look exactly the same.
Yeah. Well, this guy was, 30 years out, and he was putting that pressure on everyone to remember him.
I would act like I had no idea who he was, just to aggravate him.
Well, no, and I said, no, I don't. I mean, what am I supposed to say?
Did you really not?
No.
You really? I thought maybe it was
No.
same as my
I
situation.
did not. 30 years out, lots can change. So I said, no, I don't.
Then you had a big class.
Yeah, and he was doing this to everybody, like guilt-tripping everybody. Come on, man. Come on.
In my case, I didn't get it. I thought it was a bit. Because I had to tell them, I'm like,
Well,
okay, we graduated 5 years ago, and we had a small class. How would I not remember you?
This guy was pushing the narrative, is that the term? He was pushing the scenario on everyone that they missed out. You should have paid closer attention to me back then.
Oh, that's embarrassing.
That was his thing.
I have
Is
secondhand
he really
embarrassment.
good looking or something?
I don't remember his appearance to be totally, and this will upset him, I guess, if he hears about it. I don't remember what he looked like, but it was uncomfortable. It really was. There were a lot of people kind of worried about the guy. Like, this is what you came here for, to kind of make everyone feel bad about.
He's got a trench coat.
You know what was weird about
Jesus,
your
and a
10-year
dog boner?
Did you say yours is coming up, Ashley, or you should have a 10-year soon?
Yeah, I should have a 10-year. I graduated in 2016.
Well, I don't know if it's the same for everybody, but I can tell you the 10-year, you look around the room and go, whoa, with some people, we're the same age. I mean, some people still look real young. Others look maybe 30 years older than they are.
Oh!
And I remember our football coach had said, hey, just wait till your 5 or 10 year. All the thin kids are going to be fat and the fat kids are going to be thin. And he was right in several cases. A couple of them you didn't even recognize.
It's going to be fun. I really do enjoy it.
There was a moment, I was pretty embarrassed because a girl came up to me. She's like, hey, whatever. And we were talking, and it must have been obvious I didn't remember who she was. And she's like, I'm so-and-so. And she had put on so much weight, I didn't recognize her. I mean, she probably doubled her weight. She was thin in high school, very heavy.
She was so-and-so and then a little more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was crazy. So the difference was, it was, side by side, you would never guess it's the same person.
Right.
So luckily, she had a hat on, and I go, oh, my God. I've never seen you with a hat on. That's what it is.
What?
I have no idea what else to say.
Nice work.
I think she bought it.
Yeah, if I was her, I'd be like,
Oh, you wouldn't have bought it?
Yeah,
Dang
no.
it. Maybe she pretended she did.
Nice work.
She knows,
I'd
though.
like to
She knows, Josh.
And you claim you're not good in clutch situations like that in social settings. You claim you're not a clutch performer. That was pretty clutch right there.
Well, I remember it because I even thought, oh, wow, that was somewhat decent. And I think she believed me. But, I mean, really, never in a million years, if somebody pointed that out, I'd guess that was that person.
Maybe you've heard of this 5K a day madness. You have 5 different chances a day to win $1,000 around here. All you've got to do is listen. Here we go now. Here's your first shot at winning $1,000 with 5K a day. Text the national keyword PLAY to 95819. Play is the word. And that's how you enter for a chance to win. We'll text you back to confirm your entry. Data and messaging rates may apply, so don't get all pissy with us. And please don't text and drive or anything silly like that. $1,000, huh? I've never seen that kind of money, not all at once. And the key word is play. It's perfect, really. I'm about ready to go to my class reunion from the class of 1990. The word is play. There was nothing bigger in 1990 than Kid and Play.
Oh, man.
I loved Kid and Play. I love their movie House Party. I love their dances. I love their songs.
Never saw their movie, but I did like their gimmick.
You never saw House Party?
Who was your favorite, Kid or Play?
It's the toughest question you've ever asked me.
I don't mean to put you on the spot.
God, I love their bit. I loved Kid and Play, and they were big in 1990. Martin Lawrence was in the original House Party movie.
Oh, was he?
John Witherspoon was in the original House Party.
That's a couple
He's
of
the
good...
one who said, public enema. Who wants a public enema?
I've seen that clip.
And Martin Lawrence's name in the movie, Josh? His name in the movie.
Isn't it like Blau or something?
Bilal.
Bilal.
Yeah. Come on, baby.
This reminds me, you guys are going to be so proud of me. I watched Raising Arizona yesterday.
What did you think?
Yeah, I did it. It's so funny.
I could absolutely kiss you right now. Really?
Yes, I love this scene. It's so long of him running with the diaper.
Yes. This is great. Now, I push all these old movies on you people all the time. I want you so badly to experience these great, great movies from the 70s and 80s. Usually you completely ignore me. Although Dana, he watched Midnight Run.
Sure did.
When I started pushing it a few months ago. You loved it,
Absolutely
didn't you?
loved it.
And you thought I was a friggin' idiot when I brought it up.
It's a great
I
movie.
could tell by the way you were looking at me. You thought I was an idiot.
I was like, the guy from Beethoven, and I was like, wait a minute, okay. Then
And Robert De Niro.
Yeah, and then I was like, holy crap, this is fantastic.
Nicolas
The
Cage.
guy from Beethoven.
Yeah, Charles Grodin.
Grodin,
That's
yeah.
hilarious.
Well, that's what I grew up on. That's who I know him as.
I'm not making fun of you.
Yeah,
I just
no,
think
but
that's funny.
no, I know, and I now know how great of an actor he is. But when I first heard of it, I was like, oh, the angry dad from Beethoven.
1988, a movie comes out called Raising Arizona. I've been pushing it from day one, starring Nicolas Cage. You watched it yesterday, Ashley. I'm so happy, and I'm so happy that you enjoyed it.
Yeah, it was great. That movie and Cool Hand Luke, you put me on that. That was great as well. Yeah, I've never seen...
The diaper scene when he's being chased by all the dogs.
Yeah.
I mean, just brilliant.
And
Brilliant.
the cash register kid with the gun.
Oh, yeah. Oh, Jesus. He's
Pow,
got a-
pow, pow, pow.
I like Nicolas Cage quite a bit. Would you say that's that's got to be the best, if not top 3 best things he's ever
Oh,
Easily-
hands down.
easily the greatest thing he's ever done. Most of his movies are dog feces.
A lot of them are.
Yeah. Easily the greatest thing he's ever done. So well written, so well acted. All the characters are a riot.
You know, he's great in, and I think, Dana, you agree with me on this, The Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent.
Oh, he's so good in that.
You might like, I don't know, Nick. You might like it. Sometimes with comedies, you're hit or miss.
What is this now?
He plays himself, right?
Oh, right.
So you're familiar?
I've heard it. What's it called?
The Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent.
Okay.
So he plays himself, and basically this rich guy, he's a huge fan. So he hires Nicolas Cage to come basically entertain him, right?
Come to his birthday party.
Yeah, just be around him, and it's a big birthday party he's throwing, and that was what he wanted. And just kind of the adventures they have. And he's so good at playing himself that it's perfect, and he's making fun of himself at the same time. He's really good in that.
That sounds really interesting to me, where he plays himself. You know, when Andrew Dice Clay had that unfortunately short-lived Showtime
that was
program.
really good.
I think it was on Showtime.
Yeah, you're right.
It should have lasted longer because it was really, really funny. And the best part about it was just Dice being himself.
Yep.
And, you know, at this point in his life, he's just overweight, kind of sad, older comic that used to be hot, and now nobody will give him a break. There's something about the reality of all of that worked perfectly. So I'm interested in the Nick Cage movie where he plays himself.
I could see you liking it.
And that's kind of the version of the Cage that he plays. You know, he does the gig. He goes to his birthday party because he needs the money, you know. So he's kind of making fun of himself in that way of, like, I've made all these bad financial decisions. I can't get any big roles. This guy's offering me $1 million. I guess I'll go do it. You know, I need the cash. So he's kind of leaning into that whole, I bought a bunch of dumb stuff and I have no money anymore angle.
Yeah, it's super self-aware. Mm-hmm. It's very funny.
Self-aware, that's exactly. If you get a chance to watch that Dice show, I'm sure you can look it up. I mean, you guys know all those ways to watch programs now that I'm not familiar with. There's an episode where Dice, maybe you got to be a Dice fan to appreciate this, and I'm sorry I blew up if this goes nowhere. Dice and his wife go to a comedy club, and what's the actor's name with the horn on him? Adrian Brody?
Yeah, super thin.
Yeah. Dice and his wife go to a comedy club, and Adrian Brody is on stage as himself, and he's doing all of Dice's material from the late 80s and early 90s. He's got the leather jacket, he's smoking the cigarette, he's doing the, he's doing the whole thing. And Dice's wife is roaring with laughter, and Dice keeps looking at her like, this is all my stuff. What are you? And the whole crowd is roaring, and Dice, he's looking around. He's like on his own planet going, nobody notices that this is my... And he approaches Brody and challenges him on it. I forget where the episode goes from there, but...
You know who I really want to watch? Dice, that's the name of the show. It was on Showtime. Are people who haven't liked Andrew Dice Clay. I think it'll change your opinion on him.
That's a great point.
I really do. I think that you'll have an appreciation for him and see, like, he's a good guy. He really is.
And back to Nick Cage. Have you guys watched the Charlie Sheen documentary yet?
Not yet.
No.
Okay. When you get around to it, when I mentioned this a week or two ago, I watched the Charlie Sheen documentary, and it was great. And Charlie discusses his relationship with Nicolas Cage when they were young, running wild in Hollywood, and they were not good for each other. They were both just absolutely out of control, drugs, booze, skirt chasing times 1,000. But at any rate, Josh, or the rest of you, is when you get around to watching the Charlie Sheen documentary, watch for when Charlie does his imitation of Nicolas Cage. It's really, really funny.
Is he good or bad? Like, is it?
No, I think it's that damn good.
Oh, it's that good.
He doesn't do a lot of it, but there's a story, and I'll try to do it justice. There's a story that Charlie is telling where he's young, buck wild. He and Nick knew each other, but didn't see each other for a year or so because they were both so busy making movies and whatnot. And Charlie Sheen said, I was at a party, and I'm walking, and I see this guy talking to like 5, 6 gorgeous women at once, and the guy is saying this to the women. He's saying, have you seen this watch? I just got a new watch. Do you like my watch? And he recognizes the voice. That was my best imitation of Charlie Sheen's imitation of Nicolas Cage, but that's when they reconnected and started doing blow. And so, typical weird Nick Cage, he's got all these women around him, and he feels the need to ask them if they've noticed his new watch.
Yeah.
Steel Toe Jesus brings up, of course, Face Off with Nicolas Cage. Yeah, I loved that movie, too.
That one, is so much fun because it's so friggin' ridiculous.
It is.
Exactly.
And, he and Travolta, for F's sake.
Yeah, they were great.
The combination works against all odds. The combination of Nicolas Cage and John Travolta in this dramatic action movie.
Now I want to watch
against all
that.
odds, it works, yeah.
Oh, jeez, the dog just came in the studio.
Just walked in. Well, hey, my first chance to see a dog boner then.
Later on today, Purple Pick'em and Andrew DePaola live from London, England. We'll take a break, Ski. We'll come back with the stupid news here in a few minutes on the Half-Assed Morning Show.
Half-Assed Morning Show. 93X.
You podcast listeners are smart. We say that all the time around here. Much more intelligent than your average listeners. That's why I know if you haven't already scheduled your furnace tune-up with my friends at Standard Heating and Air, you're going to do so soon. Appointments are booking up fast, so get something scheduled with Standard today. You can save $30 on a tune-up if you act fast. Keep a little walking around money in your pocket. Enjoy the show, pals of the podcast, and schedule that tune-up today at standardheating.com.
Everyone knows the legend of D.B. Cooper, but what if I told you there's an even better story out there? One with multiple aircraft hijackings, prison escapes, and so many twists and turns. I'm talking about the hit podcast American Skyjacker, which is now an action-packed documentary coming to theaters and streaming this fall. Find out more at www.americanskyjacker.com and listen to the bonus episode of the podcast on October 7th. American Skyjacker. Follow and listen on your favorite platform.
Stupid news on the Half-Assed Morning Show.
Oh, man. You gotta love the workplace funny guy, right? Every company's got the workplace funny guy. Hey, 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 is how he goes down the hallway. I got a joke for you. You're this, that funny guy. You know what I'm talking about, Cubby?
Yeah, it's sometimes there's too much shtick, though. Don't you ever think that? Where there's somebody who cannot ever just be normal.
Absolutely. They can't turn it off. Can't turn it off.
There's a boss in this building who mentioned he's like, it's kind of terrible being on group chats with the people, the DJs and whatnot, because there's always somebody that cannot respond with anything but a joke. You guys have seen it too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It doesn't matter what the topic is. There's always a bit, always a joke.
Unfortunately, in this.
And sometimes it can be funny, but a lot of times it's like, all right, man, I'm exhausted.
If you're truly a funny person, of course, we all love the workplace funny guy, but that's not the type of funny guy I'm talking about. Yeah, in this business, we're surrounded by folks who do not know when or how to turn it the F off. I'm talking about the workplace funny guy who thinks he's a riot, but in reality, he's a jag-off that drives everybody up the effing wall. Here's a funny guy in Australia. He got canned from his gig as a dock worker because he told one of his coworker bros that he put his pecker in the coworker's sandwich. Are you following that?
Yeah.
The funny guy's name is Robert Smith. He's up to 62 years old now, still acting like this. Like I said, he was fired from his dock worker job at a joint called Cube Ports. The Cube Ports people said that not only did Robert show his male co-workers inappropriate pictures at work, not of himself, we're talking checks here. He was showing his male co-workers inappropriate pictures at work. But the company also says Robert effed with one of his co-workers by telling the guy that he had spit on and, quote, put his pecker in his Subway sandwich.
That's not where a pecker belongs.
Hey, bro, your sandwich there? I spit on it, and I put my rod in it, he said.
That's pretty nasty.
Classic.
I'd be afraid to see where I measure up against that 6-inch. What if there's too much extra space?
You would overwhelm that sumbitch.
No, I wouldn't.
You would collapse it.
There's no way. That'd be so humbling, I could never do it. That's the only thing that would keep me away. 62 years old, I mean, come on.
That's hilarious, right?
I mean, even like I bet if this was 1986, and I was in middle school, I would think that was pretty funny. But, I mean, come on. That's not... I mean, right? That's not funny anymore, is it?
Dude,
No, not at all.
It never is funny. I don't care if you're 2 or 122. It's never funny to put your dong in somebody's sandwich. So, and Robert also went after a different coworker verbally by calling that individual a useless piece of and a condescending C word. So anyway, the gist of the story from here on out, though, is that Robert recently got his old job back. I'm sure the rest of the dudes on the dock are just pumped about that.
That is pretty shocking, and I wonder if that would ever happen here in the U.S.
I don't know.
I think even if certain workplaces, probably even here, even if you joked about something like that, they might get rid of you.
It seems to me, at least, that we have a very, 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 very short leash around here in the United States. You know how quickly we want to fire somebody around here. Well, they're gone. You know, it's so quick and...
Your friendly neighborhood garbage man, Jesus, said if he were to do that to anybody, 5 inches of that 6-inch sandwich would still be edible. He hasn't tarnished the majority of it.
Yeah, just start taking bites from the other side. You're fine.
So Robert, the workplace funny guy, he recently got his old job back. He took his former employer to court or something like that. It's Australia. I don't know the proper word. He argued that he was, quote, unreasonably dismissed, and the court agreed with him.
How?
Ruling.
What reasonable person would assume that would be okay and you could keep your job?
Yeah, I don't know. Like you said, it's Australia. A ruling was made where whoever was in charge of the ruling said, sure, Robert engaged in some misconduct, but it did not warrant termination.
Maybe the guy that made the ruling was the court place funny guy, and he thought that was hilarious. That guy should still have his job. That's Chris Boner in a sandwich? That's hilarious.
He put his penis in someone's sandwich who was going to eat it. How is that okay?
I guess this is good news for those of us who really like to F off at work. And Pube Quartz or Cube Ports or whatever the name of the company is again, they have to pay Robert for the income he's lost since the day that they gave him the gas. You see what I'm saying?
Oh, he's going to be just even more unbearable when he comes back.
Absolutely.
What do they call that in the business when you get the money back that you
Back pay?
Back pay. That's it. Yeah. He's getting all the back pay that he would have gotten had he never been fired.
A lot of people are saying he must be union. The union protects you from placing genitals in somebody's lunch?
There was some mention of a union in this story, but again, I apologize. It's Australian, and I didn't understand what the hell they were talking about. But there was some mention of a union in here. So he's back. Keep an eye on your friggin' sandwiches. Here comes Mr. Comedy.
Yeah, we mentioned before there was somebody that would tarnish the lunches or steal the lunches around here for a while. It was weird. This place was, I mean, not that it's not weird anymore, but
in a different way.
Way more bizarre back in the day.
You messed with my food, and I'm coming uncorked. Twice somebody's messed with my food, not here at work, but in social settings, and I came unglued. All right. These here type of stories are a dime a dozen these days because so many of us have become violent, irrational, entitled lunatics. A gal in absolutely awful Kentucky, she went on a godless rampage at a Little Caesars restaurant when the Little Caesars folks told her she had to pay for extra sauce. The stupid lady who wet her pants and acted like a 4-year-old is named Brianna. She was arrested. There she was, Cubby, a few months ago at her neighborhood Little Caesars pizzeria, getting all set to bring a delicious pie home with her. She upped and asked for a little extra of the sauce. And the folks behind the counter said, yeah, sure. That'll be $1. And stupid Brianna lost her ever-loving mind.
Those people were the worst.
Oh, she took to knocking everything off the counters, including a very fancy schmancy computer. And she knocked the cash register off the counter. By the time her full-on 4-alarm adult bedwetting was over, she had done $1,000 damage to the pizzeria. Now, here's the fun part, for me at least. Brianna wasn't arrested until just a few days ago because police down there in Kentucky responded to another unrelated incident where she allegedly threw a brick at a car that belonged to her baby daddy. That's hilarious. And that poor guy's thinking, F me. See you in court, bedwetter.
Yeah, she definitely runs hot.
She threw a brick at the car that belonged to her baby daddy.
I was pretty bummed when the Little Caesars by us went belly up.
I don't know if I would have survived my 20s without $5 hot and ready pizzas from Little Caesars.
We never, ever went out to eat. But, well, I'm going to contradict myself. Once a year, we would go to Old Country Buffet. Mm-hmm. And once a year, my parents would bring home Little Caesars. Back when it used to, do you remember, Nick? They had those huge trays, and they'd be side by side.
Yes.
Of course.
Yeah, so back in those days.
Once a year, you got a pizza?
Once a year. And outside, I mean, in my immediate family, with friends and stuff, it'd be a little different, like going to their homes. But
we inhaled that stuff when it first became a thing, Little Caesars. It was so cheap, and I thought it was delicious.
Yeah,
Their crazy bread.
Little Caesars, to me, is so special for that reason. Like, we looked forward to that all year. So I was pretty bummed when the one by us went out. Did a lot of them leave, or is it just Egan?
I don't have a clue.
Yeah, because
I'm not sure. It's been so long.
Old Country Buffet, huh?
Oh, yeah. I loved the
Heck
OCB.
yeah.
The OCB ruled.
Yeah, we had a fun time over there when we were living in St. Cloud. We ducked in there a lot.
Yeah, we hung out there a lot in like high school or even middle school. That was weird. What were we always doing there?
There was a middle school soccer tournament that, I can't remember where it was, but we had a 4-hour break between games. And when the kids needed something to eat. So the parents brought us to OCB, and they said, okay, we get it. It's all you can eat, but, you do have to go outside in 90-degree heat and play a soccer game in a couple hours, so go easy. One kid absolutely did not. Fried chicken, macaroni and cheese, mashed potatoes, ice cream. We're about 30 seconds into our warm-up jog around the field, and he keeled and he let her go.
Oh,
my
no.
God, I've never. It was like
You mean he threw it all up?
Yeah, it was like Team America World Police. Honestly,
Yeah.
It was that bad.
Just didn't stop.
No, it just kept going.
Did you guys, first thing we do is go to the very end and load up on desserts before we'd go back and get all the macaroni and mashed potatoes and
Yeah.
stuff like
Little
that.
soft serve ice cream machine.
Heck yeah.
That was heaven. Putting some sprinkles on that. My God, that was good living.
I didn't really have a system, Josh, but I remember once we went to Old Country Buffet up in St. Cloud, and I think it was $7 all you can eat. That's just my guess. It doesn't matter. So I went up to the register, and I said, one, please. And she said, that'll be $7, and I gave her a 20. And not only did she give me my $13 change, but she gave me my 20 back on accident. And I said, by God, everyone goes home a winner at Old Country Buffet. And then there was the great story where we had, maybe it's not a great story, but there was the story where one night up at SCSU, we had this absolutely hellacious fist fight with, it was like a 5-on-5, just horrible fist fight with these group of derelicts. Bloody. Everyone got lit up. Pretty good fight. Next morning, we're walking into OCB. Did I say that right?
Yeah.
OCB.
That's right.
Yep. We're walking into Old Country Buffet. And perfect timing. We're walking through the parking lot, headed for the door. There's another group of guys to my right, I notice, walking through the parking lot, headed for the door. And we meet at the door the next morning at Old Country Buffet with the guys we had a fist fight with 7 hours prior. Effing hilarious. Anyway,
That's awesome.
Everyone's all blown up. Their faces are all bruised up and cut up. And I remember we kind of looked at each other as if to say, yeah, let's forget about last night and just get something to eat here, boys. It was so stupid.
I wish
those are the guys that we get. They're perfect timing. We met at the door.
I wish those were still around. Those were so good.
Yeah, me too.
25 years, more than 25 years since I hit one of those joints. But sure, I mean, who doesn't love a good buffet?
Towards the end, it just, if you walked in there and you're 50 years old, you're the youngest person by about 30 years towards the end of it.
That's a good point, yeah.
Sure. And this is one of those reliable characters, too. Like the gal who Peter Pants at Little Caesars and caused a scene. This is a reliable character. There's always going to be one or two of these clowns to keep us all entertained. The dude who sits around all day calling the police for no damn reason. A dork in the southern part of Korea just got himself arrested. Let's see what he came up with here. He called the cops 60,000 times.
It seems like a typo. That's insane.
And every time he had some ridiculous complaint that only an effing moron would come up with. Called the cops 60,000 times. Now, it's not always mentioned, but usually those type of fellers are fully grown and living in their grandmother's basement. And it's not always mentioned, but usually those types of fellers also jack off constantly.
Yeah.
To the point where they break skin.
Oh.
A lot of friction.
Anyways, South Korean police, they went ahead and arrested this guy. F me running, he's in his 50s. He made, now we got a time frame here we can work with, Cubby. He made nearly 60,000 false reports to the police in less than 2 years.
I was trying to think if I've made 60,000 phone calls in my entire life. I bet I haven't come close to that.
I wouldn't be able to even wager a guess on that, but this effing numbskull now might be looking at 5 years in prison. Jesus, what have you done? During one impressive push, he called the cops 1,882 times in 4 days. And it was all straight up nonsense. Let me see if I can straighten this out for you. One time he called the cops. Okay. One time he called to tell the cops that he was about to kill his brother. One time he told the cops that he was holding his brother against his will. And then another time he called the cops and said that he was being held against his will by his brother.
Toxic relationship.
And that's just 3 of the 60,000. Once the authorities finally pounced on this jackhole. This kind of goes along with something we were talking about a couple days ago. Once the cops finally beat him and arrested him, he said he did all of this because he was lonely. And that he only called the cops when he was drunk. For the love of Christ, get a grip, will you? Weren't we just talking about this? What were we talking about a couple days ago about loneliness?
Oh, I don't know if I remember that conversation.
Well, see, now the look on your face tells me that you remember that conversation.
And the inflection in your voice kind of led me to believe, too, that you remember.
What were we talking about?
I don't think that was here. Are you sure that was
It happened here. Someone said something. What was it? Go ahead.
I'm trying to remember.
I'll buy it.
I remember we were talking about getting pulled over. And then somebody asked maybe that's a dream I had.
I'm still not putting 2 and 2 together. Josh, if you tell us the truth, I'll buy at Old Country Buffet this weekend.
But there's no Old Country Buffet.
Oh, whatever. Tell us the story.
I don't remember a story. I said sometimes I wish I'd get pulled over because I'm that lonely.
Yeah, that was it. You did. Sometimes you wish you'd be pulled over by the police because you're that lonely.
That's a falsity spread by Twitter. Never happened.
Josh thought he was in the trust tree on that one and apparently wasn't.
The guy crashing into the cop car on purpose, no, that's because he was bored. People are texting about a story we talked about. Yeah, he was bored, he said.
That's how it started.
That's how the conversation started.
That's how the conversation started. Josh talked about a guy who rear-ended a cop car because he was bored, and Josh said,
I asked if you guys ever felt that way.
I have never felt that way.
No.
And then I, of course, confirmed, me neither. Never at once. You know, there was a time in my life where I was a little worried I was becoming the call the cops too much guy. When I lived across from a park, and we first moved in, we were like, oh, wow, this is lovely. We bought a fixer-upper across from a park, and I thought this will be perfect. Our kid's perfect age. What a great location. I'm never going to live across the street from a park again. So much crap happened at that park to the point where the cops put up trail cams in our front yard to catch the prostitution and drug use and vandalism and all the stuff at this park.
Were you calling the cops all the time? I thought you've told us this story before, and you were calling the cops all the time.
Probably a couple times a month. For me, that seemed like all the time. Like somebody could be robbing my house, and so I would think, gosh, do I really want to get the cops involved in this?
So you were the call the cops all the time.
A little bit, yeah.
What were you so worried about?
Well, all the stuff that was going on over there. Like late at night, there'd be drug use and...
So what?
Well, because we'd find syringes at the bottom of supplies.
Yeah, you got to call somebody.
Our house was broken into. I mean, there was people over there. Like I said, it just got to be too much. There was so much stuff going on.
Why can't a couple folks just do some drugs at a park?
All right, you're missing the point. I'm saying I became concerned that I bought binoculars, and I'm looking out there late night on the weekends, and I thought, I can't live like this. We got to move.
That is a little weird that you had a set of field glasses.
Did you see some hot stuff with some of the prostitution, some sex?
No, this is what would happen.
Why can't a guy get a BJ at a park?
That's a crime. It's a serious crime. You can get in extra trouble for that.
A crime to get a BJ?
In a park, yeah.
Oh, man.
In a park?
You got to be careful with stuff like that.
Where the hell do I go?
But so, Dana, to answer your question, what would happen is there'd be a very old guy that would show up in like a BMW. And this is like an out-of-the-way park. It was a neighborhood park that, unless you live in the neighborhood, there's no way you'd know it was there. Mm-hmm. They'd pull up there, and then another car would pull up, and then about a 6-foot-tall blonde would get out, get into that BMW, and then they'd disappear. Or somebody would pull up in a vehicle, another guy pulls up.
Wow, you really were watching.
Well, I didn't even really have to watch. Like I said, it was such a problem. The cops had cameras in my yard.
So do you think that the cop shop over there in Eagan, when they saw your number light up on the caller ID, do you think they said, for Christ's sake, here he is again?
I don't know. Like I said, it was a couple times a month.
Well, Josh, the one time I called 911 was like a month or two ago because there was that hot-wired stolen car in my back alley, and I asked you, I'm like, is this a 911 situation or is this a 311 situation? Because I had a feeling you might know the answer to that.
Yeah, it's a 311. I don't know if they still have it, but at the time, like, it was just 911 for us.
I got a text from a guy here, 651-989-9393. You can always get a hold of us. I got a guy that texted in and said he used to have a lot of laughs at that park. Thanks for nothing, Josh.
Hey, it's still going on as far as I know. You go ahead.
You ruined his BJ spot.
Yeah. Oh, man. All right. Yesterday we got a nice visit from Dr. Andrea Johnston.
Wait a minute.
Veterinarian.
I'm sorry to interrupt.
Yes?
You called the cops on a guy standing out in front of your house one time.
Yeah.
So you can't give me crap. I was seeing drug transactions and prostitution, and we'd find evidence all over the park.
But I don't care at all about drugs and prostitution. I'm not going to call the cops about that. I'm involved.
You don't like strangers?
I'm involved in drugs and prostitution. No. The story about me telling the cops is because I did not at all understand what it was I was looking at. It was almost like a horror movie. So I am going to continue to give you crap. I was looking out my window one night about 11 o'clock on a weeknight, and I see it's pitch black. I see there's someone standing in my driveway, and all I see is that their face is aglow because they're staring into a, what do you call these things?
Tablet.
Yeah, like a tablet. I could not decipher at all what was going on. And I called and said, you might want to come over here and find out what this dude is doing. In the end, what he was doing was stealing my Wi-Fi. It was the weirdest effing thing. And of course,
so strange.
Of course, I had to say to the cop, what does that mean? What is Wi-Fi? What do you mean? Yeah, that's what the guy was doing.
I wonder what kind of internet emergency he had that he needed to go stand in someone's yard to get their Wi-Fi. Was he cranking it?
Right?
No.
Okay.
I talked to the cop, and the cop was like chuckling on the telephone when he called me back.
Mm-hmm.
Because I guess this guy was wandering around the neighborhood until the Wi-Fi would click on, and then he was standing there watching a movie.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I could not put two and two together. Like, you're serious that he had to
Did
move
you
on?
protect your Wi-Fi after that? Put a little password on there?
I'd like to see him try to put a password on his
As it came
Wi-Fi.
out of my mouth, I realized that's ridiculous.
All right. We talked to Dr. Andrea Johnston yesterday, our veterinarian friend. Isn't it wonderful? Isn't that always a wonderful segment?
Yeah.
Oh, she's awesome. Yeah, she's one of the best.
And we always appreciate the brother and sisterhood texting in for that. Our next stupid news story, if I can squeeze it in real quick, has to do with pets. There's a couple way the F over in India. They got married last December. But by damn, they're already looking for a divorce. Not because they suddenly realize they hate each other. It's because their pets don't get along for dick.
Now, you had that issue. Did you and your wife ever consider breaking up over? I can't imagine that conversation ever went that way.
No. We had a terrible situation. It really was awful. Couple of cats. One belonged to my wife, one belonged to me. And of course, we moved in together, naturally. And everything was fine for 5-6 months. And then suddenly my cat, Big Lou, God rest his soul, Big Lou wanted to kill my wife's cat. And every time I tell this story, people are like, well, you could hit him with a spray bottle. Or, sometimes cats do. They naturally bat at each other. I'm not talking about typical cat shenanigans. I'm talking about 1,000% drive on Big Lou's part to violently kill the other cat.
I love
it. It was horrible. And my wife got caught in between once and got all cut up. I mean, it was bad. I've never seen anything like it. Why he suddenly turned on the other cat after living happily together for 4 or 5 months, I have no idea, and I can't ask Big Lou anymore because the sumbitch checked out.
He must have said something.
It was effing ugly.
You think he said something that offended him?
Popped off. He might have popped off. Okay.
My dogs were my husband's dog that he had before we met, and my two dogs. One of them they did not like my husband's dog. They were not friends in the beginning, and I was very, very nervous because obviously we're introducing them to each other because we're planning on moving in together. And the only solution I came up with until they became friends was, well, you're going to have to get rid of yours because mine aren't going anywhere.
Right.
Yeah, if my dogs didn't get along with me, my wife would get rid of me before the dogs. I have no doubt. No doubt in my mind she'd choose them first.
Oh, with my wife, I don't think she cared what her family thought of me. She only cared what the dog thought of me.
I mean, your wife brought your dog to your wedding.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we know how she feels about it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, okay. Here's this couple in, what did I say, India. Only been married a few months. And they're looking for a divorce because their pets don't get along. It says here the two of them bonded over their love of animals. But over the past few months, they've realized that their pets are not bonding. Not at all. The wife says her husband's dog beats the piss out of her cat on the regular. The husband says that he told his wife before they moved in together that he didn't want her stupid cat living there. But she brought the damn thing anyways. And speaking of her cat, the husband doesn't like the way his wife's cat is always staring at his fish tank. He's got his beloved pet fish in there, and the wife's cat is always hovering over the tank with death in its eyes.
I love that.
In the end, the woman picked her cat over her husband, and the dode picked his dog over his wife. They tried counseling. That went nowheres. There was even a family intervention. Nothing worked. So it's effing over. So long, sucker, they said.
Yeah, that probably wasn't the strongest relationship to begin with.
Yeah.
You can't get past that.
Yeah.
And the cat that Big Lou tried to kill, and we had to stop him a couple times, or else absolutely certain it would have happened. The cat that survived Big Lou's murderous attacks, he lives on. He still lives in the house.
Big Lou moved out.
Big Lou moved out, yeah, because of the. Sorry, I should have made that clear. Big Lou had to move to Chicago. That's how bad it was. We couldn't just move him.
Oh, nobody wants to live in Chicago.
Had to
That's
give him over
dangerous.
state lines.
We couldn't just move him to another suburb of Minneapolis, St. Paul, because he would have found his way back. We had to ship his ass to Chicago. But the cat that he tried to kill lives on, still lives in my house, and every once in a while, Cubby, we're pretty tight, me and Gabriel.
Such a great name.
Every once in a while, Gabriel looks at me, Cubby, and he has a look on his face like he's thinking, phew, that was a close one, bro. He knows how
Thanks,
close.
man.
Oh, my God.
He owes you.
If he ever makes you mad, you should just have a printout of Big Lou's picture.
Show him a picture of Big Lou.
I'll bring him back.
Some bitch.
Sports on the 93X Half-Assed Morning Show.
As far as the hockey stuff goes, man, listen, when that thing popped up on the screen, I'll be honest, I didn't even know ESPN had the hockey contracts. I know they probably played up more than $1 or $2 for it, but I just didn't even know that, to be honest. And then when I looked at the dates, and I went, well, that's kind of the same time as playoff baseball. And if I got a choice between preseason or beginning of hockey season and October baseball, I'm probably leaning slightly towards playoff baseball.
That's baseball announcer Ben McDonald, I guess, clarifying what he was thinking when he took a deuce all over the NHL the other day. They were trying to cross-promote the beginning of the National Hockey League season while covering a playoff baseball game the other day, and he said, hell no, I'm not going to be watching hockey. He doesn't need to apologize or explain himself. It was friggin' funny.
It was funny. I guess he got enough crap where he thought he had to, explain himself.
Oh, for Christ's sake.
I think everybody understood he was being kind of funny. He's
Yeah.
a baseball guy.
Yeah.
Right, exactly.
That's more what he was
So
saying.
he doesn't give two pumps about hockey. Okay.
A lot of hockey people don't give two pumps about baseball.
Right.
It's just how it works.
That's how it friggin' works. Speaking of baseball, who won last night? The Detroit Tigers. All of these were winner-take-all, do-or-die type situations. The Detroit Tigers beat Cleveland. They'll move on to play Seattle. The Chicago Cubs eliminated San Diego. Now that sets up a series with the Cubs and Brewers. The friggin' Yankees, they won, so they'll play the Blue Jays. All game ones of the next round will begin tomorrow. The San Francisco 49ers beat the Rams last night in overtime. That was all part of that Thursday night football program. Before we move on, we got Cubbies news coming up in just a few minutes. But before we move on, a few minutes ago we were talking about Old Country Buffet. All of us used to wander in there now and again.
Good stuff.
Yeah, delicious. Got a great story from a listener who used to work at an Old Country Buffet. He says in Burnsville, back in the 90s.
It's the one I went to. It was right next to his Shinders. Talk about a double play right there.
Oh, man. Yeah, Schindler's ruled.
That was the best.
Maybe some fried chicken, maybe some meatloaf and mashed potatoes, and then go
Sneak through the old saloon doors in the back room. Yep.
rent a porno movie. Yeah, I used to hang out in that porn section at Schindler's. We always called it the Squeaky Door Saloon.
Yeah, we'd always kind of try and peek through the door, see what was going on.
Wait for somebody
Never
to go
went
in, and then you could kind of look in and see a little
Yeah,
bit.
exactly.
You never had the balls to go in?
No, I mean, we weren't old enough to go in there.
Well, what the hell? What are they going to do? Call the cops?
Well, I think they'd probably kick you out.
It's a Squeaky Door Saloon, bro. You got to find a lot of Christy Canyon movies back there. Christy Canyon was everywhere.
Oh, I'd imagine she had big snake trays. Is that why they called her that? Just she really well endowed?
Snake trays?
You know,
I've never heard that.
yard
in my life.
hammers.
Dog hammers?
Yard hammers.
Yeah, you mentioned that one last week. I've never heard snake trays. I'm giving you full credit for that. That's good. Oh, yeah. You don't know who Christy Canyon is?
I've heard the name. I just have never seen her.
Why didn't you sneak back into the Squeaky Door Saloon?
I was too scared. And I also, that stuff always kind of disgusted me. I don't know what to tell
you had that one bad first experience.
Yeah, it was even before that. I don't know. It
okay.
scares me.
Jesus
It
Christ.
terrifies me.
So, listener texted in, worked at OCB in Burnsville back in the 90s, right? And he said he wanted to tell us the story of the meat carving incident. So, the regular meat slicer on the job at the time said, hey, can anybody here give me a break? I got to go to the bathroom, the meat slicer said. And our listener stepped up and said, yeah, bro, you go ahead. Hand over those scissor hands, he said. They must have had a pack of knives that they used at the meat slicing booth. Our listener says the very first lady asked for the roast beef. I said, no problem. I started slicing and dicing, and I got my finger real good.
Oh, no.
Blood was squirting everywhere like a Mike Myers movie. People were screaming. I woke up in the manager's office.
Oh, boy. That's too bad.
People were screaming.
Yeah, I had that happen. Not with the meat slicer. That's true. I had 2 managers pass out. It was so bad. You know, you're wearing all white, and I looked like the movie Carrie. I was just covered in blood. I had no idea a finger could bleed that bad. It was absolutely insane.
And your hands were cold, right?
Yeah, my hands were cold, yep.
For whatever reason, the blood comes pouring out quicker, I think, when you're cold.
Yeah, and it never hurt. You know how, like, sometimes you injure yourself and you're just waiting for the pain to kick in?
Yeah.
The knife was so sharp it never hurt.
Right.
I lucked out. I mean, aside from losing a lot of blood that day, and there's nobody that could take me to the doctor at first because people are passing out. That part sucked.
You got yourself when you were cutting up those vegetables?
No, I was sharpening a knife.
Oh.
And I was just talking to somebody. I wasn't paying attention, and I just missed, and I got my finger really bad.
God, help us all.
So, But usually they wear those, like, basically chainmail gloves. We didn't have those when I worked at a restaurant.
I've
but
never
seen that since. When you were going to Chipotle, Dana, and they kind of took you through and taught you how to make some stuff?
Yeah.
Did they have those?
They do, yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, so when they're chopping up the meat, they got those big old gloves on that you'd have to take a chainsaw to get through those things.
A chainsaw?
You know, that can make your ass rub.
I've never heard of that and never seen that. So nowadays, food prep people are wearing big gloves that keeps you from cutting your hand off.
I don't know if it's everywhere, but yeah, it looks like if you're wearing a suit of armor, basically, just some big metal gloves.
F me running. Before we go, while we're talking about food here, and we got to take a break, but maybe I'll keep an eye on this listener who texted in, because maybe they'll get back to us. He says simply, I'm doing a survey. Do you guys enjoy Wendy's? Now, I wrote back, I hope you don't mind me answering for everybody, but I said, yes, we do.
Yeah, I love Wendy's.
Absolutely.
We love Wendy's. Get back to us. Why do you ask? I'll remember your number. You get back to us.
Maybe he's going to bring us some Wendy's.
Oh, that'd be fantastic.
That's my guess. Yeah, I love Wendy's.
Yeah.
I mean, anytime. Wendy's.
So when Josh begins his news report, maybe we'll find out why he's asking. He simply asked, do you guys enjoy Wendy's?
Love Wendy's.
Yes, we do. Josh's news is next.
Half-assed morning show. 93X.
You podcast listeners are smart. We say that all the time around here. Much more intelligent than your average listeners. That's why I know if you haven't already scheduled your furnace tune-up with my friends at Standard Heating and Air, you're going to do so soon. Appointments are booking up fast, so get something scheduled to Standard today. You can save $30 on a tune-up if you act fast. Keep a little walking around money in your pocket. Enjoy the show, pals of the podcast, and schedule that tune-up today at standardheating.com.
Start your day with America in the Morning.
I'm John Trout, your host.
From Breaking News.
The U.S. Supreme Court with rulings. Shifting gears, Apple has released a new iPhone. Here's the Wednesday Business Report. It's far from a seller's market.
To politics and entertainment.
Moving into scary movie season, so why not another Conjuring movie? Shifting gears, Powerball jackpot is now the third largest ever in history.
Live long and prosper.
America in the Morning.
Fresh each day.
Follow and listen on your favorite platform.
Half-assed morning show. 93X.
Made me sad because she's just a little girl and she shouldn't have to think about that. But she is, and it's real.
Parents in California are feeling uneasy after learning that a stranger gave food to their children at school.
Oh, boy.
One father said his daughter told him a man handed grapes to the kids through a fence during recess.
Jesus Christ.
Like he's feeding pigeons. Another parent, a mother whose daughter ate some of the grapes, said she's been keeping a watchful eye around town, looking for the truck she believes the man was driving. According to that same mom, the incident began when the yard duty supervisor told the children to ask the man for help returning a ball which had bounced over the fence. But instead of just tossing that ball back, the kids say the man offered them grapes.
Does he have a hook on one hand?
They didn't describe the guy at all.
Okay.
Later that day, the school's principal sent out a message confirming there had been an incident on campus that required police involvement, though the message did not go into specifics. What is known is that the individual parked in the lot, walked up to the fence near the play area, interacted with the students, gave them some grapes, and then drove away.
It just sucks that it was that one split thing of like, yeah, go ahead, walk up to the fence. And it could have changed their lives, their family's lives forever.
Parents
Maybe
say
he gets a kick out of giving kids diarrhea.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what was going on. Praying that they choke? I'm not sure. Parents say they now want stronger security measures in place, including privacy fencing around the playground, more cameras and patrols, and greater communication from the school district, claiming that the school never said anything right away. They only heard it through the something vine.
What questions do you have for the school district?
Where's the transparency? We're parents. Do our children matter to you? Why aren't you showing that they matter?
That guy seemed bored. He seemed distracted.
A little dramatic,
like,
too.
I think he was on his phone at the same time.
Oh, was he?
Police noted that while the situation is troubling, nothing that occurred seems to have been illegal.
Well, that's a creepy but interesting story. I remember when folks used to say, why didn't you tell us? Now they say, where's the transparency?
Yeah, it's fancier now.
Yeah.
We live in some fancy times.
What, am I in court right now? Why do you talk like that?
You know, it's kind of random.
I know that's not the point of the story. I went in a different direction.
No, you're pointing that out.
Yeah.
It's so relatable is what it is, that observation. So it was kind of random, but a little earlier, if you weren't listening, somebody texted in and asked if we liked Wendy's. And
yeah.
Of course, all of us
Like the
do.
restaurant?
Yeah, Wendy's.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, if you say Wendy's, you know what we're talking
I
about.
remember that. A guy texted in and asked us simply, do we like Wendy's?
And we all agreed.
We said yes.
But we were kind of wondering why such a random text. And it's not a competition, obviously, but nobody loves Wendy's more than me. Mm-hmm. I just want to get that on the record. So apparently he's responding because Nick asked, we're curious, why would you send such a text? Let me see. I haven't read this yet. Okay, do you like Wendy's? Yes, we all agreed. Oh, okay. Mm-hmm. Do you enjoy Wendy's nuts hit your chin? Oh, come on. That's immature.
I friggin' knew it.
And that's out of nowhere.
We got our hopes up we were getting some free breakfast or something.
And I just said that nobody likes that more than me. And then there's two smiley faces and have a great day, y'all.
I knew it. I knew we were being set up.
Not me. I was blown away.
I wasn't sure, but I had a feeling.
Too good to be true.
Michigan, somebody just texted in and asked if we like fitness. Yes, of course. Yeah. This is very weird today. Yes, we like fitness. Get back to us as to why. A Michigan woman's facing 18 felony charges after police say she deliberately drove her Jeep into multiple pedestrians across several Metro Detroit communities.
She did, huh?
With her kids along for Mom's See Detroit, Hit Detroit guided tour. This is an odd one. In what might be the least educational field trip of the year, 30-year-old Rochelle Ricklefs was arrested after a string of incidents in Royal Oak, Clawson, Hazel Park, and Warren, Michigan, where at least 10 people were struck. According to police, it started when she hit a man on a bicycle, then went on to ram 2 police patrol cars. At that point, officers say her 2 children were still strapped in the Jeep, though her son eventually yeeted out of that SUV. A Warren Police Department spokesperson described the case as very, very bizarre, noting the incident spanned multiple cities. It's a miracle we're not talking about multiple fatalities here, he added.
One of the kids ditched midway through this game of bumper cars?
Yeah, the older kid just decided, I can't be in here anymore. Mom's running over people.
The
spree continued into Hazel Park, where Rick Lefts is accused of striking another pedestrian, and then into Warren, where more victims were hit on 3 different streets. And even in a Walmart parking lot, she took out shoppers.
Is everybody dead?
No, surprisingly, everybody survived. Police are calling the incidents a string of intentional pedestrian hit-and-runs. Detectives also contacted Child Protective Services regarding her 6-year-old daughter and 12-year-old son who were in the vehicle during those attacks. Remarkably, no one suffered any life-threatening injuries, something authorities say is extremely fortunate.
It's just a miracle that nobody is critically injured or dead. And, our hearts and prayers go out to the victims and certainly a child for having to experience this.
The investigation is still underway, and while police have confirmed the total number of felony charges, they haven't yet shared the full breakdown of what happened. But she definitely had a breakdown.
One of those kids' classmates is going to say, so, do you play Grand Theft Auto? They're going to say, don't need to, bro.
No, I got the real thing.
I lived it.
If you're going to wreck 17 cars at 3 a.m., maybe don't immediately confess to a chatbot. But Missouri sophomore Ryan Schaefer apparently missed that lesson, and apparently several spelling lessons along the way. Minutes after allegedly trashing a college parking lot, shattering windows, yanking off mirrors, denting hoods, and waging war on windshield wipers, Schaefer opened up a long, typo-riddled chat with ChatGPT. His opening line, "How effed am I?" Turns out, very. Prosecutors said the 19-year-old wasn't shy about oversharing. He asked the bot if he'd go to jail and typed, "Is there any way they could know it was me?" Then asked the AI if it thought that he might get busted and wrote, "What if I smash the S out of multiple cars? How much trouble will I get in?" The message, investigators say, only escalated from there.
This kid's brilliant.
Oh, yeah. The typos are great, too. At one point, he poorly typed, "I will kill all you FRs." Later, in a calmer state back at his apartment, he seemed relaxed, and he bragged about some past mischief. He was trying to impress ChatGPT. Right. He said he got away it last year and confessed the vandalism felt RRLLY nice. When police showed him surveillance footage and other evidence, he did acknowledge, that kind of looks like me, but yeah, definitely not me.
No.
And then he agreed to let investigators search his phone, a decision that went about as well as his spelling. Prosecutors said the phone contained data placing him at or near the scene and also had a troubling typo-filled conversation with the AI on his device. That ChatGPT exchange opened with Schaefer asking, "How effed am I?" and "Quill, I go to jail." And after the AI outlined possible consequences, he typed, quote, "Effed up all those useless effers' cars," and wrote the victim, "all deck serve to get raped and murdered." Those statements are part of the evidence prosecutors say tie him to the crime. He's being held in custody. And when he's eventually released, the court will bar him from any premises where alcohol is sold, require random testing for drugs or alcohol, give him some spelling lessons, and mandate that he wear a GPS monitoring device.
So he's not going straight to prison?
No, they did lock him up.
They did.
But, they're going to let him out until he has his court date.
Oh, well, he's probably going to have some more questions for ChatGPT, depending on how his case goes, how his court hearing goes.
It might be an uphill battle for him in that court case.
What do they mean when they say don't drop the soap?
Mm-hmm. Is prison food salty? Josh, you fell in love with a robot woman, didn't you?
Oh, yeah, that's right.
This is perfect timing because just yesterday Josh admitted that he completely fell in love with a robot lady. He did not know it was a robot lady.
No, not at all. So I was setting up an appointment to get my car serviced, and they have you chat, and it was a text message exchange, and the person was great. I mean, it was just like a real person. Had questions. It would ask me questions, things like that.
Texting or talking?
Texting.
You're texting. Okay.
Yeah, texting. And so I went, and I know one of the guys that works there, and I say, "Hey, I just want to give credit to the person that sets up your appointments because she was awesome. Like, some of the best customer service I've ever had." And he's like, "Who did you say?" I can't remember the name. Sure. I gave him the name, and he started laughing at me. He's like, "Dude, that's AI."
I'd hate myself.
I did hate myself, and I still do. I couldn't believe it. I was shocked.
That was your first relationship,
as far as I know,
with a robot, and you really liked it.
And it was one of the best customer service experiences I've ever had. I'm like, wow, she's really cool.
You do fall in love easily.
Yeah, she's ghosted me since.
Oh,
yeah. I don't know. I guess it was kind of a one and done thing, but she was great while it lasted.
You should give her a raise. You want us to give the robot a raise?
Yeah. I mean, it was such a non-thing for the people that worked there that he didn't even know who I was talking about. It's embarrassing. He still gives me crap about that.
That's adorable.
Last week, thousands of people across North Texas who just wanted to stream a show, scroll through their feeds, or shop online, suddenly found themselves dragged back into the digital dark ages because of one stray bullet with lousy aim and even worse timing. It happened right around lunchtime Friday when Charter's Spectrum internet service for Dallas-Fort Worth went dark. One moment, folks were working, watching, browsing, and jerking, and the next they were staring at frozen screens and loading bars longer than it takes this guy to finish an orgasm. For 3 hours, the outage stretched on, testing patience and derailing afternoons until about 4 p.m. Most connections finally flickered back to life, giving people just enough time to pick up where they left off after edging for hours. The reason for it all turned out to be absurd in its simplicity. A Spectrum spokesperson explained a fiber optic cable had been punctured by a wayward bullet.
Oh, Jesus.
You would expect maybe a crew accidentally struck a line or something. Nah, somebody was just shooting around. Axl Rose is venturing into new territory, comic books. The Guns N' Roses frontman will be the star of a multi-volume graphic novel series titled Axl Rose: Appetite for Destruction, set against the neon glow of Paradise City, a world where humans and robots are meant to coexist. The story follows Axl, a half-human, half-robot outcast who finds solace in the songs of a back-alley lounge singer. But when she mysteriously disappears, his search for answers pulls him into the deadly conspiracy with power to determine the fate of humanity itself. The collaboration between Rose and the comic company is available to pre-order now, with shipment expected in January. They've previously published music-related graphic novels for The Offspring, The Used, Under Oath, Sleep Token, and more.
Cool.
W. Axl Rose, huh?
Yeah, he's going to be a part of some of the graphics look great. I wonder if it'll be good. Two veteran acts are back with their 12th studio albums this week, and a thrash legend released the first single off their upcoming album.
Who the hell's that now?
Oh, you got to wait. First up, AFI returns with Silver Bleeds the Black Sun, described as a dreamy mix of death rock and post-punk.
Death rock?
Meanwhile, Thrice releases their self-produced Horizons West, the continuation of the arc that began with Horizons East in 2021. And Megadeth have released Tipping Point, the first single off their upcoming final album.
Final record.
This is it. They are going to release their self-titled album early next year and support the album with a global farewell tour. They claim they're wrapping it up. For more of what's new in rock this week, check out the notable new releases post on 93x.com and our playlist on Spotify. From harrowing true stories to bone-chilling horror and gritty drama, there's plenty for movie fans to keep glued to their seats, both at the theater and at home this week. First up is the theatrical debut of The Smashing Machine. Dwayne Johnson stars as UFC champion Mark Kerr in an intense look at the rise of a mixed martial arts fighter. This movie got like a 3-hour standing ovation. People are saying it's excellent.
Oh, yeah?
Also in
Now, wait, but before we continue, sorry. I've seen a couple of the advertisements for this movie. Is that AI, what they've done to Dwayne Johnson's face and whatnot?
It looks different, doesn't it?
It looks like
I don't know if there's prosthetics or what.
It looks like artificial video, special.
Yeah, I agree.
Not like makeup special effects, but video. He looks like the Incredible Hulk does in the movies these days.
Yeah, it is a little weird.
Dwayne Johnson.
He changed his body. I mean, people are saying this might get him an Oscar. Apparently, it's very good.
I hope not. He'd become even more insufferable.
Well, I don't think he's insufferable. You don't really like The Rock?
I don't like The Rock.
Oh, that's because you're a Vin Diesel guy.
It's not even that. Just he seems so phony.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't know.
I like him.
I'm not a big fan of his acting, but okay, so he knocked this one out of the park. Good for him.
That's what they're claiming.
I'll have to see the movie first,
and
right?
You know them.
In 11 years.
Also in theaters, Good Boy, a haunted house story told from the perspective of a dog with a chilling twist and an unforgettable tale.
What?
This seems so cute, but I can't.
Why did that sound scary? I thought you were talking about a cartoon dog.
No, it's not a cartoon. It's a dog who it's his perspective, this whole movie, and it's a horror movie.
Oh, for Christ's sake. I missed the boat on that completely, didn't I?
Good Boy is what it's called.
Jeez, really? That sounds terrible.
Yeah, like I watched a bunch of trailers, and I'm like, well, there's got to be a better trailer we can put together. But, it's a dog. He doesn't talk.
Right.
And
Tough to find dialogue.
It was just kind of like noises and whatnot. They should have called it the Fetchercist, or would I be kicked right out of the meeting?
Oh, I love it.
The Sit Sense. There's actually a pack of canine-themed entertainment this week, including Coyote, a new thriller starring Kate Bosworth and Justin Long. It follows a family trapped in their Hollywood Hills home as they battle both a raging wildfire and a pack of savage coyotes. On the streaming front, Netflix is premiering the third season of Ryan Murphy's Monster series, this season titled Monster, the Ed Gein Story.
Ooh, wow.
It stars Charlie Hubba Hubba Hunnam as the notorious 1950s killer whose crimes inspired horror classics like Psycho and the Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Uh-oh, the old Ed Gein story, huh?
They're bringing it to Netflix.
That sounds good.
Also on Netflix, Steve, a drama about a headmaster at a reform school who struggles with his own mental health while trying to guide troubled students, especially one boy torn between his violent past and the chance at a better future. And one of the more talked about releases this weekend, The Lost Bus on Apple TV+. Directed by Oscar winner Paul Greengrass and starring Matthew McConaughey, the film's based on a true story of the 2018 Camp Fire in California, the deadliest wildfire in the state's history. McConaughey plays school bus driver Kevin McKay, who alongside school teacher Mary Ludwig manages to save 22 children from the raging inferno. The Lost Bus is getting great reviews, a certified fresh 86% on the tomato meter and a near-perfect 92% on the popcorn meter. Looks good.
F me running.
Happy sweet 16th to Hayden from Dad, Dana's childhood neighbor Jesus. Orgasm donor Jesus texting a happy 48th birthday wish to his pervert co-worker, Drill It Till It Squirts Jesus.
Oh, my God.
Happy 24th to Rather Be Gamin' Jesus from Sassmaster Jesus and Haulin' Your Wood Jesus. And that's 93X News.
The Minnesota Vikings interview.
Personal file, 69, offense. He was giving them the business.
Touchdown! Vikings win it! On the Half-Assed Morning Show.
Hey, look, kids. There's Big Ben and there's Parliament. Kids, Big Ben, Parliament again. There's Big Ben, kids, Parliament.
London, baby. Here we are at Piccadilly Circus. Wow, what a circus. Good call. There's no animals or clowns. What a ripoff. Let's go to Buckingham Palace.
It's Randy Shaver and Brad Ryder, isn't it?
Good morning.
Good morning.
Cheerio.
That's how they say it in England. They say, isn't it?
Isn't it?
All the damn time. Our weekly chat with Vikings captain and three-time Pro Bowler Andrew DePaola is brought to you by Luther Kia of Bloomington. All right, is this guy on the telephone line?
Still waiting on Depot.
Uh-oh. Time change.
Running off the practice field as we speak.
I was just wondering, I mean, he is calling all the way
What
from...
time is it there?
6 hours ahead.
6 hours ahead.
So 1:30.
Well, we'll got to wait on his ass then. I was just wondering what it was going to sound like to be on the telephone line with somebody all the way from England. I guess we have to wait a little longer to find out. All the way from, they got a game Sunday against the Browns early in the morning. All right, we'll get to him. We'll find him in here somewheres. Until then, we could get into what happened yesterday with the baseball.
Yeah.
3 winner-take-all, do-or-die wild card baseball games yesterday. Now we know who's moving on to round 2. The Cleveland Guardians made a hell of a run.
They did. I mean, when you consider where they were September 3rd or 4th, 11 games behind the Tigers, to actually make the playoffs and take it to 3 games against Detroit in the wild card is pretty impressive. So
Cleveland Guardians made a hell of a run, but it's all over now. The Detroit Tigers beat them yesterday. The Tigers now, where do they go? They move on to face the Seattle Mariners. Yep. Brad Ryder's ball club.
Yep.
I imagine they're going to have some great crowds and some raucous crowds in Seattle for that series. The Chicago Cubs eliminated the San Diego Padres. Now, as much as I would have rather seen San Diego move on, I hate the Cubs. This does set up for a Cubs-Brewers series.
Mm-hmm. Perfect.
Which might lead, I think, to a few bar fights and possibly some unplanned pregnancies. Okay, so, I can live with that. I like the Milwaukee-Chicago Cubs thing. I like the rivalry there. The New York Yankees shut out Boston in their series-deciding Game 3. That was a disgusting series. Randy expressed to us that he was enjoying the Boston-New York series. I found it hard to stomach.
That game,
I think you have to be impressed with what your guy
I don't want to say his name because I might end up screwing up his last name.
Schlittler
You might have to beat me.
Through 12 strikeouts.
Do you guys realize you're both talking at the same time?
No, I don't, because my phone is screwed up and Dana knows what's wrong.
Okay, what's your name again? Brad Ryder, go ahead. You had something on your mind?
I was just going to say this is probably one of the 5 best postseason
pitching performances ever.
You're talking about Schlittler last night.
Yes.
He struck out 12. Did he go the distance? No, he went 8. Did he go 8? Yeah. So the Yankees now go to Ontario for their next series, taking on the Blue Jays. All game ones of the next round will begin tomorrow. And it should be pretty good stuff. Last night on Thursday Night Football, the San Francisco 49ers beat the Los Angeles Rams in overtime. I did not go ahead with this. Anyone got any thoughts on last night's edition of Thursday Night Football?
Didn't watch it.
Can I talk?
Randy has the.
It's your turn.
Randy has the conch.
In all seriousness, Randy, I can't hear when you talk, so go ahead.
Well, this is working well.
Really weird. McCaffrey first of all, the 49ers, with all the injuries they had become a bigger underdog than when the week started, but played great. I thought McCaffrey last night looked fabulous. He's definitely 100% back. Touched the football last night 30 times. Just made a lot of things happen. Great football game. These two teams are going to be there at the end, in the NFC. They're both really good. So I think it was kind of a preview as to what the NFC West is going to look like. And you throw Seattle in there. They're a very good football team, and Arizona is okay. That division's pretty tough. So
okay. So, Brad Ryder, you cannot hear a word that Randy Shaver is saying?
When I'm talking, if Randy's talking, I can't hear him.
But just now, could you hear him?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Is there something we should do about this, Brad?
Dana's aware.
I was told yesterday the phone lines were fixed. Brad had been having an issue. Anybody who's been on has been hearing themselves back in their headphones or their earpiece.
It's been going on for about 2 weeks now.
They said they thought they had it fixed today, and apparently it sounds like it might have made things worse.
It's actually worse today.
Yeah.
All right, Brad, would you like to just let it go then? I mean, not that I'm throwing you off the show, but if it's going to make for just stumbling and everyone talking all over each other.
I've been dealing with it for 2 weeks, so I'll probably just sit back and wait until I know nobody's talking.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm starting to think maybe we should hire an engineer around here.
And still no sign of Depot, so
Nope.
this is just wonderful.
Everything's going great today.
Did you guys know that the Dallas Cowboys quarterback Dak Prescott is the 4th highest paid athlete in the world today?
I kind of did, yeah.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Not that this is something I follow very often, but I if you would have asked me, I mean, he's the only NFL player. He's the only NFL player in the list of the top 10 highest paid athletes in the world. If you would have said there's one NFL player who made this list, I certainly wouldn't have said Dak Prescott. But I don't pay attention to contracts and things like that.
If you remember, the Cowboys made a big splash when they decided to sign him to the big deal. I think he was even actually injured at the time that they signed him to the big deal. So it's not surprising. And he's actually having, I'll put this in quotes because he's not the MVP yet, but he's having an MVP season, even though Dallas's record doesn't reflect that.
Oh, he is.
He's having a really good year, yeah.
Bro Bible put this together. The top 10 highest paid athletes in the world today. There's no way I would have guessed Dak Prescott. To qualify, you must be a full-time athlete to qualify for this list. For example, they're not counting YouTube kids who pretend to be boxers. You have to be a full-time athlete to be on the list. They are including endorsement monies. From 10 to 1, you go with the Durantula, who's pulling down $101.4 million a year. At number 9, Los Angeles Dodgers designated hitter pitcher Shohei Ohtani, $102.5 million. Number 8, a feller named Kareem Benzema.
Yeah, you got it.
He's a soccer player?
Yep, French soccer player.
$104 million. Number 7, Juan Soto, $114 million. 6, Bronny James' dad. LeBron James makes 33. Number 5, Lionel Messi. And here's number 4, Dak Prescott. He's the only NFL player on the list. He makes $137 million a year. 3, Tyson Fury, the boxer.
Mm-hmm.
And I
wow, I'm surprised.
Yeah,
by
that caught me off guard too.
It would catch anybody off guard because it's a weird friggin' side note here. Tyson Fury, I've certainly heard of the guy, but I mean, heavyweight boxer. The heavyweight boxing division has been deader than disco for how many years now?
Yeah.
Nobody gives two pumps about the heavyweight division where, as Randy Shaver and I have talked about before, 30 years ago and beyond, it was the biggest thing in sports.
Oh, for sure.
Absolutely lights out. Mike Tyson, Muhammad Ali, Joe Frazier, give me some more names. George Foreman.
Yeah.
I mean, come on. This stuff was, we always went out to watch.
It's all we talked about when I was a kid.
We always went out to watch the fights. And now it's just gone. So when I read Tyson Fury, who's retired, by the way, was the third highest paid athlete in the world, I had to look into this. Now, this is all Saudi Arabia money. And I'm not involved in that deal. I know, isn't there like some controversy with golf and Saudi Arabia?
Yes.
I don't follow.
Comedy now, too. Yep.
Comedy? What's
Yeah,
going
there's
on
a
there?
comedy festival over there people are not happy about.
Okay. This Fury guy has fought a couple of heavyweight fights over there in Saudi Arabia and made $146 million from 2 fights. All of the rest of his income isn't too shoddy either, $6 million. But are you following this? In a regular year, this guy would have pulled down $6 million. But because of 2 fights in Saudi Arabia, he made an extra $146 million.
Not a bad payday.
Ooh.
That knocked my D in the dirt.
Can you imagine getting a check like that? Whoa. How do all the zeros fit?
Take that to the ATM and slide it in there.
Yeah, that check must be so big Ed McMahon has to be holding it.
And again, I know nothing about the Saudi Arabian sports controversies. Don't follow it at all, so I don't know how most of you feel about it. The second highest paid athlete in the world is a guy who travels every time he makes a three-point basket, and that's Stephen Curry of the Golden State Warriors. $156 million. And then you got your guy Cristiano Ronaldo, who pulled down $275 million.
So, yeah, look at the difference between number 2 and number 1. 275 versus 156.
Wow.
That is insane.
It's $125 million difference.
They're separated by 1 raking point.
They must not count signing bonuses in that because some of the live golfers got huge signing bonuses like that boxer got when they joined live.
Okay.
Like Phil Mickelson got $200 million for signing on to live a couple years ago.
Wow.
Jesus, criminy.
So they must not count that.
Oh, I hope that Luther Key of Bloomington appreciates all the extra material. We finally do have.
Yeah, man. He went to college yesterday.
There's noises in the background. He made it out of Ireland without getting robbed in the street like that fourth stringer from the Stillers. Now he's invaded England. Is that you with all that noise in the background, Andrew DePaola?
It probably is. We just finished practice, so I've got a lot of hooligans around me.
What's going on, man? You sound great all the way from England.
Living that international life right now.
Yeah. Have you become more refined, more sophisticated since we last talked?
You know what? Those were really good words to use. I would use something else, but yes. Let's say that. I did not say snobby.
Welcome to the show, Andrew. I'm sure you didn't like the result of the ball game itself, but how did you like Ireland?
Ireland was really cool. First time being there. It was a really cool place to be. I didn't know really what to expect, but had a lot of fun. Hopefully, or not hopefully. I wish we came away with a good time.
Would you go back on your own?
Yeah, definitely.
Did you hear about the backup quarterback dude who got his ass kicked by a group of Irish 7th graders?
Man, I didn't hear about that until we were already done the next day.
Yeah,
which was crazy. I'm glad because if I'd have heard of that at the time, I wouldn't have gone out.
What kind of stuff did you do?
We went to dinner 2 or 3 times. Walked around and saw the river. I walked around a lot and saw a lot of the sights. I'm kind of like a history guy, so trying to find some castles or something that was unique and different.
Well, that'd be sweet to see some of those castles.
Yeah, they got plenty of those. I visited some of those when I was in Ireland.
How long have you been in England?
We came Monday.
Oh, so you've had some time to explore.
Yeah, we're a little far out. There's not really a lot of exploring to be done around here. As far as like London goes, but it's a cool area where we're staying.
Yeah. Sunday, you got to face the Cleveland Browns. Yeah, but this is, how many trips have you made to London now?
This is my third.
Third time. Bringing any souvenirs back for us or what?
I mean, you guys just let me know. I don't know what would be a souvenir from here.
Yeah, what's something traditionally English that anyone on the program would want from Andrew DePaola if he gets a chance to go shopping or something?
Well, I would want some of the food that they have over there, but I don't think that's going to travel well.
Oh, gross!
Might
Some
taste
mushy
better when you
peas.
get home.
Yeah, I've heard the food is terrible.
Yeah.
Could you speak on that, Andrew?
Our food here has actually been really good.
Yeah.
So you
I don't
guys
know
probably
if
have
that's
catered
because
food
we-
and stuff like that, right?
Correct. Yeah, it's all the hotel, and I think we control the menu a little bit.
Okay, so it's not exactly. I hear things about haggis and things like that.
Baked beans for breakfast.
Well, I wouldn't mind that, actually.
Well, I heard Ireland's food is worse. All that blood sausage.
Blood sausage.
Yeah, they love blood sausage.
Yes, I know what you're talking about. They have like a white one and like a red one, and the red one is made from blood.
Yep.
Made from
Yeah, that was trippy.
blood. Yeah, I like baked beans, but for breakfast, what the hell? I mean,
I could eat them any time of day.
but you just,
Yeah, I'd be down.
I mean, yeah, but I mean, you're just, you know.
Oh, I've heard. I mean, my grandma used to sing the song.
Oh no!
Did your grandma ever sing the song?
No, my grandmother wasn't usually the one to sing fart songs in the house.
Oh, no,
That
it's
was my
grandma.
dad.
Your
Yeah.
dad? The beans, the magical fruit one?
The more you eat.
The more you toot, yeah. Grandma would sing that one.
I don't know if my boiler could handle baked beans right out the rack. You know?
Especially a hungover Saturday or something. My God.
Oh, man. So, yeah, I mean, you're probably not getting the traditional foods. You guys are treated pretty nicely over there.
Are you allowed to drink? I mean, do you have a Guinness in
Oh, yeah.
Ireland?
What about a big old beer and a big tall stein?
I don't know what the rules are.
I didn't get a chance to have a Guinness over there. My family had plenty for me.
I mean, would you have been allowed to if you wanted?
I mean, we're adults, you know.
Okay, so they don't have any
drink if you want.
rules on that or anything? Gotcha.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, there's no rules, but like if you show up to the game and you're not able to play, it's going to cost you a lot more money.
You're just hammered.
Just sweating out booze on the practice field.
Hey, don't send me to England if you don't want me to. I actually pulled that when I got too hammered. I got way too hammered a few times on these out-of-town broadcasts. And I actually had the balls to walk into the boss's office. When we came back to the States, the boss pulls me in the office and he says, you know, you can't be getting hammered all night and sleep until 8 a.m. and missing half of the show. And I actually said to the guy, hey, don't send me to Jamaica if you don't want me to.
It's your fault.
That's
I
what
mean,
I said.
Come on. It is Jamaica, yeah.
I said, don't send me to a friggin' beach.
And by the way, this was just a sex island for the most part. It was the whole place was based on nudity and gangbangs and stuff. So,
all inclusive. We didn't pay for a beer the entire time we were there. I said, don't send me there if you want me to show up on time.
Didn't pay for a gangbang either, huh?
Those were included. It was all inclusive.
Jesus.
Love that. Love that for you.
Andrew DePaola, yeah, they were all free. All free. Oh, man.
You pay for it later, I'm assuming.
Well, my conscience. My
Sure.
conscience.
Urination is uncomfortable for a while.
I
There's
got
pills for
lucky.
that.
I didn't drag any STIs back here to Hennepin County.
It was fun trying to play a game every morning as we're already 2 hours into the show, wondering where Nick is. Which hut is he going to come out of?
Oh.
It was like the shell game. Every day it was a different hut he came out of.
Oh, Andrew DePaola. You do a lot of cardio, Andrew?
Where's this question going?
You do a lot of cardio to stay in shape for your gig?
I do a fair amount.
You ever run a marathon?
Heck no.
Okay. Smart man.
Yeah, I couldn't do that.
I wanted to drag Andrew into this nightmare. Social media is loaded these days with all these silly, gimmicky foot races. We've covered so much of it lately, but I don't think we've ever shared this kind of thing with Andrew. Here's the latest. this will surely create some poo humor, and we all know that Randy Shaver loves diarrhea and loose stool humor. They call it the Taco Bell Ultra Marathon.
Oh,
man.
Ouch.
Yeah, I think
Already?
this one would provide extra motivation, wouldn't it? Like you don't want to be behind people if possible.
No, you do not.
Yeah, I mean,
More interest in winning.
Speaking of beans for breakfast, it's called the Taco Bell Ultra Marathon. Competitors have to eat tacos 9 times during the race.
Ew.
It's coming up this Saturday in Denver. I wouldn't want to work for the city of Denver Sewer and Water Department this weekend.
Yeah, they'll be hosing down the streets probably.
So this weekend in Denver, it's the 8th Annual International Taco Bell 50K Ultra Marathon. This is a 31-mile foot race. Just for the record, it says here this race is neither endorsed by or affiliated with Taco Bell Corporate. 31 miles, and you have to eat Taco Bell food at 9 of the 10 local restaurants there in town. You must order a real food item. You can't just get a drink. You must eat a Chalupa Supreme, a Crunch Wrap Supreme. You must also eat a Burrito Supreme, Nachos Bel Grande, this and that. There's certain items you have to eat, and you're required to do all of this. Okay, eat all of those Taco Bell items, run 31 miles, and you have to finish within 11 hours, as they say, 11 hours.
God.
Isn't that a 50K?
Yeah. I don't know what that
First
means,
of all,
but
you have to find someone that can run that far,
right.
and also eat and handle Taco Bell.
The pickings are slim.
Yep.
Yeah, my friends who are runners, they're not usually swinging through fast food joints. You know what I mean? They're, eating the healthy greens and all that.
Oh, really?
Ground
They don't
beef,
load
yep.
up on carbs the night before and stuff
No,
like that?
those peckerheads want to try to live forever.
Yep.
Fun fact,
many
I've
porta
never
potties are
had
lined
Taco
up?
Bell.
What? You've never had Taco Bell?
What?
Oh, that's
Never.
surprising.
Wow.
That's
You're missing out,
That's
dude.
kind of interesting. Can you think of why? You just never looked.
Was there not one by you?
Yeah.
It's just never looked appetizing to me.
Fair enough. Everybody's different. Now, this 31-mile Taco Bell foot race where you got to eat all the grub, the official rules don't forbid vomiting, but they say for full street cred, you've got to keep from splashing the sidewalks with puke or liquefied feces. There's a motto that goes along with this race. The motto is, there are no winners, there are only survivors. One of the dudes who will be running this weekend is a regular runner in his free time, and he said, as a former fat kid, I'm great at eating. So I really feel like this is conjoining two of my really great skill sets. But it's really picked up. The first year they cut loose with this deal in 20 plus 18, only 7 people showed up. 5 survived. Now they've got 1,200 people showing up. Never had Taco Bell, Andrew DePaola. Are there any other nevers that you'd like to share with us, just that you think we might find interesting?
Start with the gang.
Bringing me back to like 8th grade. Never have I ever.
Yeah.
I don't know. Nothing's really jumping out. Never ran a marathon. There you go.
I'll go. I've never had even a sip of, well, I suppose I've never had a glass of wine in my life. I wouldn't be able to tell you Dick Tracy about wine. Never had more than just a teeny tiny little sip.
Like at church?
I think it was, I probably at Thanksgiving or something, right when Mom left the jug out, Never had a glass of wine.
Wow, that's interesting.
Yeah. I'll take Taco Bell. Taco Bell looks a lot more appetizing than wine for me.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I'd go for that too.
Well, here we go. Andrew, good luck with your final game overseas Sunday morning with the Cleveland Browns. We're going to be are you excited kind of to get home?
Eventually, yes.
Yeah.
I want to see my kids and be in America.
Are you leaving right away on Sunday? Or are you guys staying?
Yeah, we're leaving right after the game.
That's good.
Say hi to everybody. Good luck, and we'll talk to you when you're back in the States.
Looking forward to it, guys. Thank you.
Thank you,
we'll see
Andrew. There you go. Let's drag a listener into this mess and help him or her get their hands on some of that FU money. I'm talking about the Purple Pick'em Challenge, brought to you by Xfinity. your home field advantage. Get all your football all in one place. Purple Pick'em is also brought to you by Dickey's Barbecue Pit in Eagan. Here's how the deal works. Listen to 93X every week this football season. Listen weekdays for the contest keyword during the 9 a.m. and 3 p.m. hours. When you hear it, you text in to 651-989-9393 for your chance to win a $25 gift card from Dickey's Barbecue Pit in Eagan, and you're automatically qualified. Each week, we'll draw one qualifying listener to predict the halftime score and final score of this week's Minnesota game. If they correctly predict either halftime or the final score, they'll win $1,000. If they get them both right, they'll win $100,000 plus a trip to the big final stinking championship game in Santa Clara, California. It's week 5, no winners yet. And maybe that's because we haven't asked this sumbitch. Our next purple picker is Matthew from Montrose, Minnesota. How you doing, Matthew?
Good. How about you?
We're doing good. You're out there in the Trose, huh?
I am.
Montrose. How's life out there in Wright County?
Oh, I mean...
More like Wrong County, isn't it?
Out here, but...
It's more like Wrong
County. It's a tiny little town, so...
What do you do for a living?
Machinist.
Yeah? You got some skills that pay the bills?
Slightly.
You ever lost any appendages?
I have not. I've known someone that has, though.
What'd they lose?
They lost a part of their finger.
What were they doing?
They were hopping out of a machine and their ring caught on it. And yeah.
Yep.
I didn't work with him then. I worked with him, but it didn't happen while I was with him. So
hopped out of a machine, got his wedding ring on. The wedding ring and the finger stayed in the machine.
Yep.
You got to be tough, bro. Let's see which way you're leaning this week. What do you think about the score half the way in this weekend's Minnesota game? Half the way through.
Well, this game is really hard to pick because it's just the Vikings have been all over the place this year. So I'm just going to go Minnesota 7 at half and then Cleveland 10 at half.
Okay. When it's all said and done, what does Matthew from Montrose think we'll be looking at?
Minnesota 14 and then Cleveland 13.
Dude!
So I do still have them winning.
Yeah.
But I think it's going to be a very rough game to watch, personally.
Yeah, you're probably not wrong.
Rookie quarterback out there for Cleveland.
He thinks it's going to be ugly. He thinks it's going to be an ugly ball game. Did you throw in the 14 and the 13 just because we've been talking about the joke again on the program?
I have not. Okay. I actually probably missed that segment.
Fair enough. 14-13, he says. Hey, thank you, Matthew. Have fun out there in Montrose and stay safe on all that heavy machinery.
All right, thank you. You guys have a good day.
You guys too. You too. There you go. Oh, wow. The Pro Football Hall of Fame has announced the names of 52 senior candidates who have advanced to the next round of consideration for the Hall of Fame class of 20 and 26. So some old-timers still trying to get into the Hall. I like the old-timers. I like the old NFL. Today's NFL blows compared to the 70s and 80s. Just so you know, NFL, you're doing it all wrong. Here are the quarterbacks hoping to get in. At least I'll mention the names I think most of us will remember. Ken Anderson, Roman Gabriel, Jack Kemp, Don Meredith. Don Meredith's still not in the Hall of Fame, huh? He's got to be dead. He's dead.
I'll look it up.
Randy Shaver, Don Meredith, he's been dead for years, hasn't he?
He has been, yes.
Yeah, okay.
2010.
Running backs, Otis Anderson. They called him O.J. Anderson at one point or another. Roger Craig, and there's Chuck Foreman, Randy.
Yeah, Chuck Foreman, I think if he'd played longer, probably would have already been in the Hall of Fame. I think his numbers when he did play, when he was healthy, match up with anybody's. But I think the longevity issue and probably the fact the Vikings did not win a Super Bowl probably play against him.
Sure. Wide receivers, Mark Clayton, Henry Ellard, Billy White Shoes Johnson, Stanley Morgan.
I don't think any of them deserve it.
Offensive lineman, Jay Hilgenberg. And you know who else is up for the Hall? The Bumble. Former Viking Chris Hinton. Don't you remember that, Josh, when we had When we had the coach on the air back when he was around, he always referred to former Vikings offensive lineman Chris Hinton as the Bumble in reference to, what's that cartoon show? Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. And they were very similar in their body language, Chris Hinton and the Bumble from Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. Defensive lineman L.C. Greenwood, Too Tall Jones. There's Jim Marshall.
Yeah.
Poor guy.
Yeah.
Harvey Martin. Jim Marshall, we wish he was still around.
Well, if he gets in, it would be awesome, but it would also be super sad at the same time.
Yeah. Back to the Cleveland Browns real quick, the Vikings' opponent this weekend. This has got to be the toughest trivia question in all of professional sports. Can you name all 41 Browns quarterbacks who have started since 1999?
I love the fans that have every single name listed on the back of a jersey. It becomes like a cape, basically, to fit all 41 on there.
Wow.
Can you name all 41 Browns starting quarterbacks since the year of 1999? They've had 41 of them. They got a new starting quarterback. Dylan Gabriel's going to get the start for the Browns in London against the Vikings. He'll be the 41st Browns quarterback to start since the team was reincarnated in Cleveland in 1999. It's quite the list. What if I gave you first names, Randy? You think you could?
I can try.
Okay.
I can try.
We're starting with 1999. Tim. Number one overall pick. Tim.
Oh, Tim Couch.
Yeah, furniture item.
Ty.
Detmer.
Don't know.
Thank you, Brad Ryder. Detmer. Yeah, Brad, play along.
I can't hear Brad, so if I stumble,
I hate this radio show. Doug. Doug won a Super Bowl as an NFL head coach. Doug.
Peterson.
Spurgeon.
When?
Kelly, former Viking. Kelly. Kelly. Why? Because his last name is Holcomb.
Oh, Kelly Holcomb, sure.
Jeff.
Oh, God.
George?
No, good guess. Garcia. Luke.
Oh, sure.
Luke.
Skywalker.
McCown is correct. Trent.
Dilfer.
Charlie.
Brown.
Derek Anderson, Brady Quinn, Ken Dorsey, Bruce Gadkowski, Colt McCoy, Jake Delhomme, Seneca Wallace, Brandon Whedon, Thad Lewis, Jason Campbell, Brian Hoyer, Johnny Manziel, Connor Shaw, Josh McCown, Austin Davis, Cody Kessler, Robert Griffin III, Deshaun Kaiser, Baker Mayfield, Tyrod Taylor, Case Keenum, Nick Mullins, Jacoby Brissett, Deshaun Watson, Joe Flacco, Dorian Thompson Robinson, P.J. Walker, Jeff Driscoll, Jameis Winston, Bailey Zapp, Dylan Gabriel.
Wow. That's a mess.
This is silly, but I'm going to go ahead anyway. A dude by the name of Tom Sillo is trying to demonstrate that it's never too late to chase your dreams. At 58 years old, Tom Sillo is a freshman defensive lineman for the Division III Lycoming College Warriors in his hometown of Williamsburg, Pennsylvania. He aims to be the oldest player to appear in an NCAA college football game since the year 2009.
That's awesome.
58 years old playing D3 football. Okay.
58. I think about myself trying to play tackle football right now and just exhausted thinking about it.
Yeah, no doubt. College kids?
Yeah.
You're dead.
Uh-huh.
Well, they're D3 college kids. But anyway.
Still.
He's a powerlifting champion, this guy. He still competes as a powerlifter. He broke the International Powerlifting Association world record in the deadlift for the 55 to 59-year-old group when he lifted 580 pounds. So he's obviously still a very strong guy at his age.
He's a big, strong guy.
Yeah. I think my brother actually is, ranked in there somewhere for his age in powerlifting. He still goes to those competitions and hoists thousands of pounds, and it's completely destroyed his body, and he does nothing about it. But I think you can find my brother's name in there somewhere. I'm serious.
That's pretty neat.
If you watched him walk across the room, you wouldn't say the same thing.
Yeah, that part's unfortunate.
But this guy who's gone back to college now at 58 years old, he says in high school he played basketball and signed up to play football, but he quit immediately after he started drinking. I'm not trying to make light of a kid's troubles with alcohol, but that's just kind of funny to say that out loud. I played a little basketball, played a little football, but then I started drinking. He said, I started doing things at 15 years old I probably shouldn't have. It set me on a different path in life, so that's what's motivated him to try this again. Oh, man. If he plays a snap, he'll become the oldest player to appear in a college ball game since some dude did it, and he was a kicker 10, 12, some odd years ago. He's also signed a name, image, and likeness deal with Asper Cream.
I was just going to ask if he had an NIL deal. That's funny.
So he's officially the oldest college football player to sign an NIL deal. Asper Cream. Kind of like Ben Gay. Is that what that is?
Yes. Yeah. Oh, man.
As a joke, he should put his name in the transfer portal after the year.
Yeah. You know what I was hooked on as a kid? I think my first addiction, Josh, was something called Asper Gum.
What's that?
Never heard of it.
Does anyone recall?
No, I've never heard of that.
Brad Ryder, Asper Gum?
I remember the name. I don't know if I ever tried it.
It was for dealing with, at least in the 70s, it was for dealing with sore throats. And it was so friggin' good that my mom would go buy a pack of Asper Gum.
Kind of like a menthol kind of a thing?
I don't remember it being menthol. I remember it being kind of sweet tasting.
Sure.
But my mom would go buy a drum of Asper Gum to help my sore throat, and I would wipe it out in a night. It was so good. Actually, now that I'm thinking about it, I think it had an orange flavor.
Yeah, it said it came in cherry and orange flavors.
So there was some type of medication in there, to heal a sore throat. But
sure.
It was like crack rocks. So dude, the old-timer who's playing college football, he gets an undisclosed payment as part of his deal with Asper Cream, along with a 4-year supply of the stuff.
Well, hopefully he likes it then.
Of course, tomorrow night, the Golden Gopher Football Club plays at number 1 Ohio State. Go ahead, PJ. Be a dick about this, PJ.
Yeah, go get it.
Like we mentioned a couple days ago, the Golden Gopher Dudes, they play their first real games tonight and tomorrow at home versus the Michigan Tech. I think they're still the Huskies. My God, it's hockey season in the Big Ten. I believe they start the season ranked number 8, but I could be mistaken about that. The Pigs wrap up their preseason schedule tonight. The Timberwolves begin their preseason schedule tomorrow.
It's all happening.
Yep.
It is all friggin' happening. And I'm sure they can work something out. But for now, Utah's NHL team might not be able to sell any damn merch because they got hit with some type of injunction is how you say it, over the Mammoth nickname. The Utah Mammoth, that's the name they're going for now after a year as the Utah Hockey Club. There's already a hockey bag company called Mammoth. I'm sure many of you are familiar. That group of folks, the Mammoth hockey gear people, are trying to prevent the Utah Mammoth from selling merchandise due to a trademark dispute. Right. This, that, potential. Yes?
That makes no sense. I mean, if you're a professional hockey team, you obviously know about a hockey company named Mammoth. How would you not know that?
Right.
And how would you not work that out with them before you announced this?
My guess is, Randy Shaver, because they're a professional hockey team in the National Hockey League, they feel as if they can overcome anything, and Mammoth, the hockey gear company, will bow down to them because they're so special.
Wow.
There was no fear on the part of the hockey club because, hey, we're a hockey club. They just sell hockey bags. We will win. They have powerful lawyers and this and that and this and the other thing. So, trademark issue this, consumer confusion that, intellectual property here, exclusive rights there. That kind of an argument is going on. But they got to figure something out in court.
Sounds like a good Brad Ryder subject.
Brad, what do you know about the legalities of such a thing?
I was sitting here thinking while you were listening or you were talking about it, the NHL may not have a corporate agreement with this company, so that's probably why this is happening.
Okay. But you know the hockey club's going to win out, you know.
Sure.
Yeah. It would have made a difference if they hadn't selected such a stupid name for their team.
Mm-hmm.
The Mammoth. Dumb. All right, so there you go. Oh, wait a minute. We got a guy that works at Red Wing Shoes that's going to make a telephone call to Detroit.
Yeah, exactly.
Guy in our listening audience is saying, wait a minute. I work over at Red Wing Shoes, and I could use a settlement from those big-powered sumbitches in the National Hockey League. Hey, Randy Shaver and Brad Ryder, you guys go ahead and have a great weekend.
Sounds good, thank you.
Half-assed morning show. 93X.
You podcast listeners are smart. We say that all the time around here. Much more intelligent than your average listeners. That's why I know if you haven't already scheduled your furnace tune-up with my friends at Standard Heating and Air, you're going to do so soon. Appointments are booking up fast, so get something scheduled to Standard today. You can save $30 on a tune-up if you act fast. Keep a little walking around money in your pocket. Enjoy the show, pals, of the podcast, and schedule that tune-up today at standardheating.com.
We are the musers on the pod so far. We've discussed people we love.
I didn't tell you guys. Cuban emailed.
What are you wearing?
Well, no, that's not.
Things we love. Got way into typewriters.
How many typewriters do you own?
Let's not podcast anymore.
Just estimate.
It's time to get really down and dirty.
These are great ideas. Start a podcast and then forget to promote it on social media.
So,
what is our podcast about? Yeah, whatever we feel like.
The Musers, the podcast. Follow and listen on your favorite platform.
Minnesota State Trooper Gordon Shank.
I called you to report a crime that I don't have nothing to do with. I'm not involved in the crime. I didn't perpetrate the crime.
On the 93X Half-Assed Morning Show.
Oh, my God. Welcome back to the Programski. It's Friday. Police are on the scene. You know what I mean? What song? Ice Ice Baby. Joining us at this time live and in studio, two proud members of the Minnesota State Patrol, Captain Gordon Shank and Lieutenant Mike Lee. What's up, bros?
Hey, gentlemen.
Good morning.
Morning. Look at the both of you. Look at you. Looking good. Looking like both of you's been in the gym lately.
I think you're looking at the mirror again. It's okay.
I do look pretty good. 651-989-9393 if you got something cute to say to the cops, if you have a question for the boys. So, what's new? Don't look at each other like that.
Let's just get it done. Let's get it over with.
What do you got?
Oh, no. What?
Captain, what's going on? October 8th.
Nothing. What's going on?
I'll spill the beans.
Go ahead, yeah.
Go ahead.
October 8th,
Be as candid as you want.
He will no longer be Captain Gordon Shank. It will be Major Gordon Shank.
Wow.
Come on, give him a round of applause for
That's
Christ's sake.
awesome, dude.
What does that mean? What does that mean to us, or to you, everybody?
Right now, I'm the captain of our Golden Valley district, so I'll go back to our central headquarters and work out of St. Paul again. And
the title again is
Major.
Major.
Oh, it sets you up for so many more jokes, right?
I know it does.
Oh, Major douchebag. Major a-hole, that kind of thing.
Oh, yeah.
So does that mean a desk job?
I mean, I'm already kind of in a desk job.
Okay.
But,
no more uniform?
Oh, I'll still wear the uniform.
Okay.
Yeah. It's more like oversight of multiple areas in the patrol. I mean, I'm thankful for the opportunity and that they selected me. I'm very appreciative of that. But it has a lot more responsibility. Things like IT, budget, multiple districts oversight to support the captains and troopers. And
Big bump in pay, right?
Yeah,
big bump.
Yeah.
Sure.
Well, that's
the best is, you work in, both Nick and I have a family in law enforcement, so I'm familiar with how things are, and you work in a career where your coworkers do anything but celebrate your success.
Of course.
If anything, it just makes you a bigger target.
Yeah, I think you're right. It does. I've seen a lot more memes. The uptick has really increased in the last week, so I'm good with that.
5 days from now, you'll no longer be a captain. You'll be a major. Mike Lee, no wonder you idolize this man.
It's easy, right?
Yeah.
What's next? I mean, how...
Yeah, where do you go from there? Where do you go
I've
from?
peaked, guys.
That's it?
No.
There's two more ranks for him to accomplish.
Okay.
There's Lieutenant Colonel and then the Colonel.
Jeez.
Do you have aspirations to be the colonel? Maybe you don't want to say so.
Well, I don't.
In case the colonel's listening.
No, we have a great colonel and a great lieutenant colonel. So for me, I'm just thankful the role I'm in, and I'm completely happy where I'm at. So
man, you're like Randy Shaver. We made you.
I do have you guys to thank.
It has been a good place for the troopers. A lot of them have I mean, Matt Langer.
Yeah.
Obviously, he went all the way to the top.
He did. Yeah, you're right. He was my he was a boss of mine for a while. He's a great leader. So if I could be anything like him, I'm okay with that.
Mike Lee, you going to throw him a party?
No.
No?
No.
Okay.
I fear if I do that, he will say I'm not invited.
To a party you throw.
Yes.
Yeah, that's probably true.
Well, we're awful proud of you.
Has anyone started treating you differently on the where you can tell they're brown-nosing now?
No, they treat me worse.
Yeah, I would say as a whole, you probably are treated worse.
No, they've been very great.
How many years you been in the business now, Gordon?
I started in 2011, so 14.
That's a pretty
Do your
quick.
kids maybe respect you a little more?
No, my son, well, my wife, because my wife's in law enforcement, she explained it to my son, and he's like, so like, what do you do? Like, do you even do anything? Like, it's already bad. He always says it's already bad enough that mom's the real cop, so now we got this one. You know, it's the typical cop.
There's even a rivalry in your home.
Yes, of course.
2011, you said?
Yes.
That's a fast climb,
Yeah,
in my opinion.
Yes.
So it's a fast climb.
It's the best academy out there.
That's right.
Just saying.
Yep.
Again, 651-989-9393 if you have a question for soon-to-be Major Gordon Shank and lowly little Lieutenant.
Yes.
The lonely and lowly Mike Lee Ski. First, this question came in, and the guy kind of goes off a little bit. Not at you guys. No, not at you guys. And I don't know if you have any information in front of you, but the guy simply says, How did we do on D-dubs this summer? Did the numbers go down? I hate drunk drivers. It's time to grow up, rookie drinkers.
Yeah. So
summer's over.
Yeah. A couple things on that. Generally, overall, especially through this year, DWI arrests are about the same.
Okay.
Which is, of course, not the trend that we want to see. We want to see a dramatic decline. We don't want to see a plateau or an increase. So, and specifically speaking about the summer, we just wrapped up the 100 Deadliest Days, which is Labor Day through or Memorial Day to Labor Day. And, deaths are down. Which is great. We had a lot of enforcement during that time, and throughout the year as well, deaths have been down. So that's a good trend.
Good news in there.
Brian wants to know, a small boat trailer, does that require a license plate?
Depends on the weight of the trailer.
Yeah, it just needs registration of some sort.
Yeah, so like there'll be either you'll get the plate depending on the weight, or you get the little sticker on the tongue of the trailer. It just depends on the weight of the trailer.
Gotcha.
And just go big. Don't have
yeah, why not? Yeah, go for it. Pretend you've got that major money.
A lot of congratulations coming in on our text message,
Thank
too.
you.
They like
Much
you around here.
appreciated.
And none of them in quotation marks. Like, it seems legit. People are actually happy for you.
That's good. At least they are.
This person says, congrats, Captain Shank. And secondly, I'm curious, do troopers notice and become amused when people stack up behind them on the interstate for fear of passing a cop?
Oh, I've always wondered that.
Go ahead, sir. Take this one.
I don't know about amused, but sometimes it's a challenge because, and I'm not, they're following the law totally. We want that to happen. Sometimes they sit in our blind spot, and so if we are trying to merge into another lane or whatever, they're just like there, right in the back corner, and it's like you have to look 3 or 4 times because and I totally get it. Like it's just. Right, Mike? I mean, it becomes a challenge at some point. Like,
and it's different for us because we were driving unmarked squads, but it's funny, the people that you see coming up on you, and then they see that you're a squad car, and then they just dynamite the brakes and move right behind you.
Oh, I bet.
And all of a sudden, everyone's going the speed limit.
I mean, it's got to be a bit at one point where you're like, all right, it's 55. I'm doing 55. I'm going to go down to 45 and see if anybody passes me.
You know what my favorite thing is? When I had a mark squad, is people would do that and they dynamite the brakes, and I'm gonna stop them. I'm just waiting. I'm gonna figure out whether I'm gonna take the shoulder, let them pass, and merge back in, or whatever that looks like. But when they pass you, they look straight ahead, and it's like it's like their neck is broke. Like they cannot turn one way or another.
They cannot move a muscle.
They cannot. They refuse to look left or right depending on where you're at.
That's good.
I always look. I try to assert dominance.
I'm in charge.
Yeah, I'm looking at you. I'm looking at you.
Do something about it.
Josh.
Sorry.
Yes, go ahead,
No, I was
Gordon.
going to say, sometimes they do the opposite, where they know they're going to get stopped, but they'll look at you and like half smile and wave, like we're going to be in the friend zone now.
Josh knows this very well. I don't care much for my fellow man, but there was one moment that I'll always remember on this subject. I was cooking pretty good down 394 going west. I was leaving a hookup cubby, hubba, you know what I'm saying? I'm on my way home from a hook. Anyway, I'm racing pretty good down 394 West, see a state trooper ahead, filed in behind him. Not right behind him, but filed in. And I look in my rearview mirror, and there's a guy just flying in the left lane. And I stuck my arm out the window and kind of gave the international signal for, back her down, bro, back her down. He did, and he saw why I was motioning him for him to back it down. He saw the state trooper, and he and his girlfriend were so appreciative of what I had done there. They're like, thank you. I just thought I did something right there. I did something. We can always help each other out like that.
You might have saved a life.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe, because they were just blazing.
Yes. Yep. Was it Josh?
No, before I knew Cubby. All right. Before I knew Cubby.
Batman Jesus said, can you ask the fellas, what do you do on the freeway when an emergency vehicle is coming up behind you? Do you pull all the way over or just go into the right lane and slow down?
I double-checked the computer, make sure I didn't miss a call. Because if it's another trooper coming up on me, I'll be pretty embarrassed. But no, generally, yeah, if, especially like fire, ambulance, I'll move all the way over and try and give them some room. I'll try and alert the people around me too.
Oh, so you would go on the shoulder?
Yeah.
And park? Or,
I mean, each situation's different. So, I mean, you obviously want to slow down. Like, that's first and foremost. And then depending on where they're going, you need to move out of the way, whether that's right or left, because they may be taking the right lane to take another exit ramp. So you just have to be... Basically, you need to be paying attention, really, is what the bottom line is when it comes to cars that are approaching you with emergency lights.
We're rapping with Gordon Shank and Mike Lee from the State Patrol. The number is 651-989-9393 if you have a question or a smart-ass comment. A couple of days ago, we were talking about Ashley's new baby. She's got a brand-new baby as of...
Congrats.
Yeah, thank you. I actually have a question regarding the baby.
Well, first, let's get to this, Ashley. Maybe this is where you're going with it. When we were talking about Ashley's new baby, someone said the other day that the Eagan police will install your car seat for you if you ask them to, because that is a massive pain in the ass. Gordon, you got kids, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, yeah.
So both of you, are you experts in the field installing car seats?
I feel like I am.
Oh, I forgot, Mike, you have kids too.
I do.
Yeah.
They're
have you been asked to do that for a citizen before?
Not a citizen. But I know my friends will ask me, the very few friends I have.
What the hell kind of comment is that?
I just want to beat Gordon to the punch.
They know you boys have the skill set for that.
Yeah, or at least we just fake it.
Oh.
Yeah.
Ashley, where were you going with this?
So babies love car rides, right? So it usually calms them down, makes them happy. But if you stop at a red light, they hate you. I was wondering if it's cool, because I hope it is, because I've done this once or twice, to stop a little bit ahead of the red light and kind of like inch up to it very slowly to kind of keep your car rocking to keep the baby quiet. Is that okay to do, or am I breaking some laws there?
What are you saying? You're rolling through stop signs now?
No, so you stop ahead of it so that there's more room in front of you before you hit the red light or the stop sign, and you or red light in this situation, and you keep inching towards the red light.
It sounds like a good way to get rear-ended, and you're doing this because your baby gets mad when you come to a stop?
Oh, yeah. Oh. Very angry. Yeah, they want the motion to keep going.
So you'll establish dominance over a cop, but you're going to put up with that from your kid. So.
Oh, yeah.
That insolence. I'll answer your question in 1 second, but... this morning, my 4-year-old was screaming, and I just completely ignored it. And my wife's like, "You're just going to ignore her and acknowledge her?" I'm like, my point is, you'll eventually just tone it out.
Yeah,
it's okay.
Turn the music
I don't know. That could be a dad gift.
It could be.
There was nobody better than that of my dad. I've picked it up, but he could tune out anything. It was impressive.
In a couple of weeks, Ashley, you won't even notice.
Yep. You'll be so sleep deprived. You'll just it'll be part of the day. But to that question, yeah, you're right. You'll just forget, right? When there's the white crosswalk lines, or there's the lines, you can't pass those as you're in the intersection. Now, I don't know about anything specifically to like slowly rolling up to that as the light is red, but you can't cross that line. It's basically where
cool.
You're at, because then you're blocking the crosswalk or whatever, or you're just out in the intersection eventually. So
I assume there's got to be other parents every now and then in their car that are like, I bet she's got a baby in there. She doesn't want to come to a complete stop.
Well, I'll give you a warning, Ashley. So my mother-in-law used to do that for my wife, where to calm her down, she'd take her for a drive. My wife, if she's a passenger, within a minute and a half, she falls asleep every single time. She has not grown out of it.
That's awesome.
So your kid might fall asleep as a passenger constantly if you keep that up.
I like Josh's stories of how oblivious his wife is behind the wheel.
Oh, yeah.
And it's not just your typical ha-ha, ladies can't drive kind of thing. That's not what it is. It's just you've told some stories about how when you are a passenger, which isn't often, with your wife, you're surprised and shocked at how unaware she is at times.
Actually, you guys might be aware of your home state of Ohio, Major. They had to tell their drivers, can you stop at the very last second cutting across all lanes of traffic because you're going to miss your exit because you didn't plan ahead?
Yep.
That's my wife. So
no.
all of a sudden, she doesn't plan ahead, and I can't say anything anymore because she gets real mad at me. But I'm calm about it. I'm like, hey, our exit's about a mile up that way, so you might want to kind of move over and get ready. But, if I suggest anything, I'm a jerk.
That's great.
But that's what she'll do. I'm like, can you plan ahead a little bit? Or when you're going to merge, God, I'm going to get myself in trouble. When you're going to merge, start looking a little earlier instead of at the last possible second.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Unbelievable.
Did you see
It's
that
not
out
worth
of
the
Ohio?
fight. I mean, yeah, I did see that. I know exactly what you're talking about. But we see that all the time here, too. We see people that miss the exits and then cut across every lane of traffic.
I mean, I just figure like, hey, that's my fault. I'll take the next one.
No, they don't work like that.
Have you guys ever seen we got to take a break here in a minute, but have you ever seen the video? I think this is fairly well known. It looks like it's from Russia or some miserable place where a car is approaching an exit. They realize, oh, that's my exit. And, I mean, of course, we're talking about swerving over many lanes of traffic. This individual comes to a screeching, and there's multiple trucks that cartwheel and roll and you know what I'm talking about? It's unbelievable.
It's incredible.
And so 2 semi-trucks completely implode. They don't make contact with the driver who has come to a complete stop on the interstate. And then the driver watches these people crumble and then goes beep, 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 and just exits. And they go on with their day. Like, well, not my problem. We got to take a break. And by the way, Mike Lee, I want to apologize that I had forgotten that you had children also. You want to know why that is? Because Gordon kind of looks like a tired old married guy with kids.
Yep.
And Mike Lee, you look like a single, young, healthy guy.
Well, thank you.
And you always come in here in a good mood.
I'm broken.
Shank's never in a good mood.
It's funny because I'm older than Shank.
Yeah.
Like, I just remind him, like, I remember when I was your age.
Some bitch is broken.
11 months.
You know what it is? It's that icy hot. It's keeping you young.
It is. Hey, I heard you talking about Aspercream earlier, and I just shook my head.
Yeah.
It's a poor substitute.
Yeah.
That's garbage.
Minnesota State Trooper Gordon Shank.
I called you to report a crime that I don't have nothing to do with. I'm not involved in the crime. I didn't perpetrate the crime.
On the 93X Half-Assed Morning Show.
All right, how about a little more with the boys here? We've been jaw-jacking with Mike Lee and Gordon Shank from the Minnesota State Patrol. They've been taking questions and such from the brother and the by-damn sisterhood. Josh, did you see this question right here? I thought you'd take an interest in this. A listener wants to ask Mike and Gordo if their stationary radar guns would pick up an RC car. Dude says, I've got one. I want to know how fast it can go. Would your radar guns pick up this guy's sweet little RC
A little
car?
community engagement, sure.
Yeah, there you go.
That would be fun.
How fast do those damn things go?
Some of them can go like 50, 60 miles an hour, maybe even more. I'm sure there's folks that know.
Oh, those are fun. I've never pulled the trigger. I've always thought maybe it'd be fun to go get one.
We've got Nick, we have an RC park by my house.
What?
Yeah, where you, like cool. Off-roading and all that kind of stuff.
That is so sick.
How have you not hopped on this?
I mean, trust me, I'm tempted.
Because it's outdoors?
Yeah, that's the thing. There's like sunlight and teenagers. Teenagers.
Oh, man. Yeah, your car's fast enough to get picked up on a radar gun, man. Soup that sumbitch up.
Yeah. Stop doing heat, Jesus has texted in this morning. And I know I'm putting you guys on the spot here.
Stop doing heat?
Yeah. I'm assuming the enforcements, right? The heat enforcement?
That'll be addressed later.
Oh, do you know who this person is? Okay. I said the word on the street is Mike Lee is putting in for your captain spot, Shank.
That's true.
Can you two do so it is true you're going to try and take
Can confirm.
Gotcha.
That's awesome.
He says, can you two do a mock interview just to help Mike Lee out when Mike actually goes through the interview? Do you mind?
Oh,
Now, you've got the experience, Shank. Maybe you could
Yeah,
lead them through something?
I think first question, how do you fix that district, Mike, after this last captain was there?
I think that's easy. You just say literally do anything the previous captain didn't do, then I think we're in better shape.
Perfect. I think you're on the right path.
Boom, done.
That's all the questions we need. I think we're good.
You got the job.
Yeah. Stand up and shake my hand and
do the opposite of me.
Yep.
To go back to something we were talking about, how the state of Ohio has had to say, okay, we were really tired of you people not planning ahead and just darting across all lanes of traffic to hit your exit. Just inconvenience yourself for one more minute and save lives, basically. Barsaw Jesus said one of his favorite sayings is, sometimes a good driver misses their exit. A bad driver never misses their exit. Well said.
Oh, man. That's great. Mike Lee's going for the captain gig.
I'll give it a try.
You guys you're all going places.
Yeah, you are.
We're sinking like
What's
a
it
stone,
like?
and you guys are going places.
What's it like? Nick, real quick, small valve, even smaller wiener, Jesus?
Jesus, balls.
Said RC cars can go like 150 miles an hour. Oh, here's another one that says 200 miles an hour.
That's insane.
Boy. Wow.
How do you even keep track of what you're looking at?
No kidding. I would destroy that thing.
I mean, one of those things going 20 miles an hour is going to break your ankle. What about the one that hits you that's going 200? You just have a leg off.
Lose a leg.
Yeah.
No, I don't know if it's 200. I mean, I remember when I was a kid, I had one, and I thought it was going like 200 miles an hour, but now as an adult, I'm like, it was probably going like 20, 25. 5.
I don't know. I know nothing about it.
With the troopers here, the smartest person I think I've ever met, super fat 7XL Jesus, said, my RC car was doing the speed limit and nothing else, coppers.
Of course. It was keeping up with traffic.
That's it.
Here's another question for Mike and Gordon. And sorry if this is stupid. I don't speak the language. A listener has texted in to say, do you fellas have any stories about working with us postal agents? What the hell's that?
Like postal inspectors?
Yeah.
Postal inspect?
Is that what it means?
I don't know. I thought you guys could help me.
I mean, doesn't the post office have kind of like its own FBI?
Well, they have their own division
Yeah.
of law enforcement, but we also
They're federal.
Yeah, we have troopers that work as part of their detail too, like our task force related to drugs and things of that nature. So maybe in that capacity, but us, no, not us.
Fair enough. How many times? A listener is curious. This is funny. How many times can I go around a roundabout before I choose which direction I want to go?
There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
I mean,
I think the issue is like before you get sick.
Yeah. That or someone clips you because you're just driving in a circle.
That is a good question. If you're just kind of looking for something to do, can you
Don't
circle
do
that
that.
son of a gun for about 20 minutes?
Please don't do that.
In a couple weeks, we're heading out to the middle of nowheres, Josh. We're headed out to Turtle Lake, Wisconsin, and there's quite a few roundabouts on the route that I take out. I don't know what route you take.
Same as you, yep.
Should we get in the car together and see how many spins we can take before one of us yaks?
That'd
or
be
what?
kind of fun.
Oh, boy.
You get that big, cool pickup truck?
Yeah, and we could just kind of go one way, go back out, go the other way.
Dude, your lives are better than that. You got better things to do.
No, we don't.
Not really.
You guys are the
Wearing
ones
out your
moving
tires.
and going places.
Not any friggin' more, don't we? We don't have anything better to do. One couple in our listening audience hit a deer this morning. What do they do?
Oh, no.
What would you, as professionals, law enforcement professionals, what would you suggest they do? They whacked into a deer, killed it dead.
Oh, boy.
Yeah.
I guess, do you want the meat? That's a valid
let's
question.
See here if they mention anything about the carcass ending up on their dinner table. No.
I mean,
we're
you
not
pray,
sure.
right? You say a little prayer for the loss of life.
We're not sure if we call it in.
Yeah. Yeah.
What do the
nothing wrong.
cops recommend we do?
Call 911.
Okay.
Dispatch, no, they'll give you an event number, if anything, just to say that you reported it so you can talk to your insurance company and let them know what happened. If you can, get out of the roadway. It is that time of year. We've crested October already. So
we're
don't,
we
don't veer from
crested
the-
October?
Yeah.
Look, this
poet.
isn't the interview for that captain.
Come on, man.
You don't have to use the word crested
Did
in
it
front
sound
of us.
good, though?
It sounded great.
Because when he said it, I said he has no idea what he's saying.
I just read that somewhere. I tried to sound smart.
It
Well,
worked.
One thing, too,
Oh,
though,
good,
with deer
good.
is when you hit them, troopers will give you a deer possession tag if you really do want to keep the deer and harvest it, whatever that looks like. So,
Yeah.
But the big thing is getting yourself out of the roadway, and if it needs to be dispatched, our troopers will come take care of that.
Yeah, don't be hanging around on the shoulder and taking any chances.
Does it count toward your limit that year?
Yeah.
651 or to 715 or Jesus said, I've been sitting in a deer stand for 2 hours, haven't seen S. Stop bragging.
Man, some people have requested the deer possession tag for some like mangled deer. I was like, none of this meat is good. It's all blood bruised.
I'll never forget this real quick. We were working nights, and it was right on Highway 36 in Snelling. Someone hit a deer. Remember this?
Yep.
And there was a guy giving the deer CPR. I'm not kidding. And dispatches, because they can see the freeway cameras.
What, are you out of your mind or something?
I'm not kidding. And so we're trying to get there to get that individual out of the lane of traffic. And this deer, when I get there, the half of the deer is gone. I'm like, what was this guy doing?
Wow. Wow.
That's so sad.
Yeah, dude.
Did you search that guy for crack rocks?
Well, he was gone by the
Oh,
time
he was gone. He went back into the woods.
You giving that thing mouth to mouth?
It's Tarzan.
He went back to spying on houses in the neighborhood. I mean, come on. We have crested the 9 a.m. hour.
Yeah, we have.
Have we?
Which means we got to go, but thank you, Gordon, and thank you, Mike, and congratulations on everything.
Yeah, it's awesome. We look forward to the invite to the cresting party.
Of course, yes.
Ultimate Frisbee Jesus is wishing AARPHOA 645 Jesus a happy retirement. Congratulations to you. Happy 48th to Jody in Shoreview, and happy 42nd to Hurling Jesus.
Half-assed morning show. 93X.
You podcast listeners are smart. We say that all the time around here. Much more intelligent than your average listeners. That's why I know if you haven't already scheduled your furnace tune-up with my friends at Standard Heating and Air, you're going to do so soon. Appointments are booking up fast, so get something scheduled to Standard today. You can save $30 on a tune-up if you act fast. Keep a little walking around money in your pocket. Enjoy the show, pals of the podcast, and schedule that tune-up today at standardheating.com.